Hi there, welcome to Joshi'ing Around Weekly, a podcast in which we will discuss the most important shows, the best matches and the hottest topics in Japanese women's pro wrestling on a weekly basis. I'm Tim.
And I'm Eric.
And welcome to the show. Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 21 of Joshi'ing Around Weekly. We are part of the Social Suplex podcast network, a network dedicated to bring you the best coverage from all over the world, including podcasts such as Keeping It Strong Style, the Trish and Sarah Wrestling Podcast, One Nation Radio, Tunnel Talk, All Things Elite, IMS AEW Adventure, Wrestling Art with Chris Things, and the AEW Match Guide. The AEW Match Guide will be back next week, I think, so you can look forward to that. We also released the Social Suplex newsletter around once a month that gives you in-depth coverage from promotions all over the world. The best coverage in all of wrestling media, and you can find it on socialsuplex.com. If you have any questions for our pod, you can also join the Social Suplex Discord, where you can find Eric and me in our designated Joshi'ing Around Discord channel. Today is March 3rd. Not February. Damn, we're already in March. It's crazy. It is March 3rd, and our agenda, we first are going to go through some news from Shupro, as always. After that, we're going to have a couple of Stardom shows, a couple of Tokyo Joshi Pro shows. And after Tokyo Joshi, we are going to enter the Indie Zone. Where Eric is going to lead us through Wave, Actress Girls PJ, 01, Gokigen Pro, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
We then got our previews and the match of the week. Looks like a lighter schedule.
This is a very light episode. We should be in and out of this one.
Yeah, maybe 60 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of the newsletter, this week coming out, we should have our women's top 50 list.
Are we allowed to say that?
Oh, what?
I don't even know why it was secret, to be honest.
I mean, we can like advertise it, right? We can plug it.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
We just shouldn't talk about any of the results yet, I think.
Yeah, we don't want to spoil it because it'll be more fun when people read it.
Let's ask Chris and Pete. If they say we shouldn't spoil the announcement even, then I'm going to cut this out.
I mean,
okay.
I mean, I don't see any reason why not to. Well, it's good to advertise it, right? Then people are ready for it to drop.
Yeah.
That's what you should be doing.
Yeah, I guess so. I think the plan is to get it out on the International Women's Day, which is March 8th, I think. Yeah. Maybe it was supposed to be a Suplex surprise that we got something nice.
That would be bad advertising.
Yeah, that's true. Let's just plug it, and it should be fine. Yeah. So you can look forward to that on socialsuplex.com in the near future. So yeah, hi Eric, how are you doing?
I feel like we've already been talking now, and then you just say hi. I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm good. I'm feeling good. I got baited by our light schedule this week, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because I was so happy on the week, like I wasn't happy, but I was so ahead of schedule, I thought, in my head, when I got done watching all the stuff on the weekend. And then so I left even some of the Indie Zone for today, like 3 matches. I thought I could get these 3 easily today. No worries at all about that. And then I got fucked by Stardom and by Tokyo Joshi Pro and by Shupro, who all released today new material.
You know what the funny thing is?
What?
The TJPW and Shupro are always going to release today because they're always on like the pod we knew about. But Shupro is always Tuesday.
I know that Shupro is always. The thing is, usually we cover the previous Tuesday's Shupro.
Yeah, no, you're right.
But for this week, there's like two important articles that we decided to cover today because, well, first of all, next week is gonna be so packed that we should probably keep the news section at a minimum to get all the other stuff in that we have to talk about. So we decided to do the Shupro for next week, this week.
Yep.
So I had to check it out. And I mean, you think I'm someone who thinks about like the regular release schedule for WOTS from companies and stuff. I don't have that on my registry. I just
you're also very good at stressing yourself out.
Yes,
because I told you like a few times, hey, you know, you don't actually need to watch that match, and you're like, oh no, I need to watch it. I'm going to put 3 streams on 3 different devices.
That's kind of what it looked like today.
No one's going to care if we don't review that house show match from Stardom.
That's kind of true. That's very true.
But I mean, I guess it is kind of our thing, right? So
yeah. So we will see how my reviews look like from all the shows I watched today.
Yeah.
If that's gonna be done well from my side, but we're gonna get to it. I think it's gonna be fine. We're always good. Somehow we always make it through, right?
Yeah, just about.
Right. So, I thought to start us off, I have a quick digression here.
Super quick.
Eric, what do you think? What would you say is our expertise?
You shouldn't ask me that. I'm British. I'm very humble. I would say I have no expertise whatsoever.
On Joshi'ing around. Yeah. What's the podcast about? It's about.
Okay, that's a better question. The podcast is about Joshi wrestling.
Yes, it is about Japanese women's pro wrestling.
Yeah. Why do people? Joshi wrestling's fine as well to say, right?
Yeah, it is absolutely.
Okay, just fine. It's just shorthand.
Yeah, it is. I think so. I mean, it's I've this has actually been a conversation in one of the Discords we're in lately, the other day, about like using puroresu and Joshi as like terms to talk about wrestling. I think that's fine if you like specifically talk about Japanese men's pro wrestling. Then puro is just a shorter form for it, right?
If everyone knows what you mean, I don't see what the problem is.
Yeah. If you like substitute every use of pro wrestling with puroresu because you're such a fucking Japan weeb or whatever, then that's kind of cringe. But if you talk specifically about Japanese men's wrestling, then puro is. The only thing that I don't really get is when people talk about Joshi as like a style of wrestling, you know?
No, it just means Japanese women's wrestling.
Yes.
Yeah, it just covers like all of the promotions that are. Yeah.
But it can be deathmatch, it can be grapple fuck, it can be lucha, it can be anything. Maybe not lucha because that's probably only when it's in Mexico, but like the lucha resu style, you know.
Yeah.
And anyway, the reason why I asked this is because like every now and then we need to branch out a little. You don't you think?
Oh my god, are you going to do an Elimination Chamber review?
I was just thinking next week we spoilers or maybe plugs for next week. We are going to talk about British pro wrestling a little bit we will talk about the Eve show.
Yeah.
And we will also talk about Mexican pro wrestling a little bit when we talk about some CMLL shows.
Yeah.
So I thought just to make it even, right? We got to keep up on everything. Maybe we should also check out the American women's pro wrestling every now and then, just to check in, you know, at what level.
Oh, yes, this is about Becky and AJ, isn't it?
You watched it, right?
I mean, watch is like a strong word. I saw it with eyes and didn't know how to interpret what I was watching.
It was. What did you think of it? Not good.
It was dog shit. Fuck. I feel so bad when it's just not for me, I guess. That's the nice way of putting it. It just really isn't for me. AJ's like super slow. Even the spots, like, you know, when Becky was cheating and all, like the referee spot. I guess she's part of the story, the referee, which
apparently so. I think I heard commentary mention it as well. Yeah.
I guess I don't. Do I mind that? I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, you just go. I'm too negative on it that I don't like talking about it.
You know how AJ Lee wrestles?
Does she wrestle?
I mean, how she
tries to wrestle,
in the
yes.
ring, I guess.
Yeah.
You're a gamer, right? You've been a gamer in your past.
Yeah, I've been a big gamer.
Have you ever played a game and you had like high ping?
Oh yeah, it's the worst. Especially if it's an FPS game.
And like every movement is like delayed by half a second from the command you put in.
Yeah, I used to get real mad about that.
I feel like that's kind of how AJ Lee looks in the ring.
I feel like it's... Well, that's just like a slight delay though. This is as if like her controller's disconnected, right?
Yeah, but it's like, for example, they were on the outside, right? And Becky like threw her in the barricade. And like Becky did like the throw motion. And then AJ Lee stood there for a half a second or a second. And then she threw herself into the barricade. You know what I mean? Like that's the delay. That's like the input delay that happens in like AJ Lee's
brain delay,
pro wrestling. That's kind of funny to me. So, and I think, so if you look at their like, that's kind of unfair. AJ Lee, I think, that didn't have a singles match in like 10 years or whatever.
Wait, really? Before this?
Yes. That's what the announcers said, I think.
She should have kept it that way.
It's kind of true. But like, if you just look at like match totals, that's the crazy thing to me always about these things. Because like, these two have like 1,500 matches between each other, right? Becky has about 1,000, AJ Lee has about 500. And if you look at like, insane. If you look at some of the talents who have like 1% of this.
Shan-Chan, Yukini Uehara. Yeah.
Like even Fuwa-chan or something.
Fuwa-chan, yeah.
Because Fuwa-chan, I think quite literally has around exactly 1% of Becky Lynch's experience.
Yeah.
And I don't even know. So
yeah, but she can't tweet like Donald Trump, can she though? That takes
my God.
Isn't she's like one of the best heels going right now. Isn't that what Mike Johnson said?
Did he?
You didn't see that?
Nah,
it was
that's
insane.
Crazy.
He was like, she's the best heel in the industry right now.
That's crazy.
Like, what about that match was like really sick heel work? I don't know. I wasn't really paying much attention, so maybe I shouldn't criticize it.
I don't remember. There was a really weird turnbuckle spot, maybe then.
Yeah, it was the spot that led to the finish.
I think she had a chair in the ring, and I think she DDT'd AJ onto it and missed the chair completely.
Barely, yes. Then, she barely did, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, these are like standard things, right? They're not like heel of the decade level tactics.
I guess she's just annoying. Is that heel? I think she does her own awards to subtweet Dave Meltzer's awards because the WWE has been incredibly gotten to by Dave Meltzer's awards. So that's funny. I don't think, maybe that's not fair, the comparisons though, right, to these rookies, because I think I do truly believe that Becky was a good wrestler at one point. Like, I think she was actually underrated in the ring because she wasn't like a really flashy wrestler. She wasn't like one of the most athletic wrestlers or anything. If anything, she had like, zero height whatsoever. And whenever she tried to jump or whatever, she wasn't. But I thought her ring work was always really solid. Like, let's say like 7 to 10 years ago. When I used to still watch WWE. I think people underrated how well she could like structure a match and like the things like the music between the notes, you know what I mean? She was really good at that stuff usually. But that's not the case anymore. She's like completely past everything.
You wanted to say washed, didn't you? Just say it.
I don't know. People I feel like a lot of people don't like the term washed, and I kind of agree with them because washed is like, I don't know.
It's a Gen
but she's washed.
Yeah. I just remember the Lyra Valkyria, was it No DQ or something? I don't even remember what pay-per-view it was.
I didn't.
I cannot get that match out of my mind whenever I just see Becky wrestle, and it's completely like tarred every single match I watch of hers because I can't get that match out of my head.
Damn, yeah.
I don't know why anyone would like that match. That's the one I'll be more objective on, to be honest.
Yeah, okay. I remember now why I picked Fuwa-chan specifically, because like AJ Lee tried to do these octopus holds. I think she tried twice, and she failed so horribly.
Yeah,
both times.
She couldn't hold out. Yeah.
And spoiler alert: Fuwa-chan did one later in one of the STARDOM matches we cover, and it was perfect. So
is it kind of on? Wait, who is it on? Isn't it on Becky though?
Maybe Becky dropped her. Maybe, but I mean, you need to get your legs up there to wrap them around the other person's arm, right? I think AJ
they have to hold
on
to you, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the other person shouldn't drop you either. I think Becky probably also dropped her. That's probably also part of it. I can totally see that. But yeah, that wasn't perfect. I will say, I thought both wrestlers in this match and the match in general was definitely a lot better than the Dominic Mysterio vs. John Cena match I reviewed last time I did one of these check-ins. So props to them for that, I guess.
It's just not for me. Because like, even the Punk Balor match, I was watching it and I was like, this was okay. And then I see the reaction to it and they're like, oh, this was a really great worked match. I'm like, I was bored for most of this, but yeah.
Nah, I'm not.
As our friend David told me, it's not designed for me, so I can accept that.
I'm just not gonna watch Phil Brooks, man. I'm over it. I shut it off after the Becky match and went back to the Stardom show, which helped a lot actually to enjoy this. I think I watched the show from the 23rd after that, and like the enjoyment levels rose quite a bit. Maybe I should always check out the WWE match before I start watching. But Stardom is good enough that it doesn't really need that, right?
Yeah, I don't think you need the pep boost.
The boost. Anyway, that was my quarterly check-in into the Americans, into the
watching WrestleMania?
Women's Pro Wrestling. No.
All right. Okay.
I mean, you can if you want to review.
I mean, just shut me down like that. I thought we were going to do like a full WrestleMania review.
Maybe if you got time.
You don't want to see Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill?
That's the match?
Wait, yeah. Have you not seen all the shooting that's going on? The shootouts?
Oh, right. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Rhea Ripley said that she's not having fun. No friends.
Wait, did Rhea win the Elimination Chamber?
Yeah, she did. I mean, that part is like Rhea Ripley is like, she should be winning that shit every year. She should be defending that title every single year. But yeah, then Jade Cargill started shooting on her. So
what's
there
Io
might be
doing?
Some like, huh?
Sorry, no, you.
What's Io Sky doing?
Yeah,
I have no fucking idea. I think she's in some J drama, as our WWE correspondent likes to call it, with Asuka and Kairi. I have no fucking idea.
Okay, sounds great. Yeah. So next week we're gonna check in on Mexico and the UK. This week it was the Americas. I guess that's great.
Yeah, we're very well versed. Yes,
absolutely. We should.
And we give everything a chance.
I mean, we can only like judge. We can only say that these are the best wrestlers in the world if we also keep up with the rest of the world, right?
Do you think we come off as pretentious? Are we like one of those fans?
I mean, we never truly say that, right? That these are the best. I mean, whenever we do our lists, whenever we do our like wrestlers of the year lists, it might come through that we do prefer the Japanese variety of pro wrestling a bit, but I don't think we're ever that blunt about it or annoying or whatever.
Yes.
I hope
it is just not for me. That's okay. Oh, I mean, I guess spoilers for Match of the Week. There is a WWE match in my Match of the Week.
Oh.
You sound so disappointed. You're like, oh, really, Eric? Oh, man. Oh, no, we have to cut our podcast.
Yeah, we gotta.
Yeah, no, we'll save it for then. So if you're interested, then, yeah, wait around for the Match of the Week or just skip ahead, but then come back.
I didn't even think about my Match of the Week. Oh, well, I think I know it. Yeah.
It's good you got 4 hours to think about it, so should we get started?
Absolutely. Should we? What do we do first? The Shupro. You take us
Shupro. So I thought it was a good point to remind people why we read Shupro, and we're not just being wow, pretentious is really the word of the podcast. That's the only one that came to mind there. Like, the reason we read it is is to connect more to the characters, right? So Japanese kayfabe is kind of like a bit different to Western kayfabe in the sense that they're absolutely in character, but they will say things that are out of kayfabe as long as it doesn't break the illusion of the character or like what the character would do or would say, and if they can use it in a storyline. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
So an example is like Aihuzan, right? Where she spoke about being jealous of being surpassed by Senka and Sora, like, and feeling like low motivation. I absolutely believe there's some reality in that, but it was used as like a storyline to help give her more momentum, right? So it's kind of like a kayfabe plus, right? That's the way Japan does it. And I feel like the way Japan does kayfabe is the best way for you to understand and connect to a character's like story arc and background. Because I was thinking about this. US wrestling, which we were just talking about, has no equivalent, right? So you'll have some wrestlers that give interviews, but when they give them in kayfabe, people kind of ignore the interviews and they're like uninterested in it. So wrestlers like don't even bother like trying to flesh out their characters outside of the TV time they get. And for me, that kind of makes it harder to connect with the characters on US TV, unless like they're exceptional wrestlers.
Whoa.
Are you going to talk about fucking Unreal?
No, I mean, we just talked about it. Don't like Jade Cargill and Rhea Ripley currently flesh out their characters on social media.
Yeah, absolutely.
Aren't they like...
Yeah. It's awful. I mean, there's like...
so awful.
Yeah, so like what would be the equivalent would be Jade Cargill doing an interview with, not state media,
Pro
like
Wrestling
Fightful or Body Slam. Yeah, maybe something like Pro Wrestling Illustrated. And actually, I don't know if you were joking. Were you joking?
No, I think that's actually that's like a kayfabe.
No, you're right. Yeah, absolutely.
Newspaper for wrestling, right?
Yeah, and then she's talking about her character's motivations, why she wants to beat Rhea Ripley. She feels lonely in the WWE, but she's, that you can use some real aspects to build the storyline, but instead they're just like shooting on Twitter. So anyway, US TV doesn't have like an equivalent, and I think that's kind of really important to note. And the way Japanese kayfabe does it is exactly how I like to consume wrestling. So reading some of these articles has like meant some of those matches hit hard for me, and those matches may not even register on the radar of someone else. So for example, the Aihozan match, right? I think it's Mia Momono on the 5th of February. I think that one's currently rated at like 8, less than 8 on Cage Match or whatever.
Really?
And it's literally one of my favorite matches of all time. So by reading these, I'm hoping that some listeners can connect more with some of the characters we talk about, and hopefully that helps their investment in the matches.
Yes, absolutely. And I also think, what also helps are these, like, various documentaries that it's mainly Sendai Girls right now.
Oh, yeah, the Sendai Girls one, yeah.
That's really good at just, like we can tell from people we know, in our Discords or whatever, they are really like becoming big fans of wrestlers that they don't even like have been following that closely at all in the last whatever. Yeah. But just through these documentaries, they're like such personable characters there that it's just like so easy to invest in, like Yurika Oka or whatever, who's just like Mio Momono's tag partner in Bob Momono Banana for most people. But ever since the Sendai Girls documentary popped up, she's shot up, like her stock shot up in a lot of people's eyes, I think. So that's definitely.
Yeah, exactly. And Shupro is just another arm of media, right? It's similar to the documentaries.
Yes.
Because, I guess the documentaries are probably more reality-based, actually, than the Shupro ones. Because, it's kind of hard to be in character all the time when you're being recorded and doing a documentary. So those are even those are even better, probably, the documentaries. But Shupro is just kind of another level to it. So, yeah, very blurred lines with Japanese kayfabe. As long as it serves the character, they'll talk about anything, basically. But it should always serve the storyline and the character. They're never going to randomly shoot if it's got nothing to do with the storyline. Unless you're like, I don't know, Katsuhiko Nakajima and whatever like that. So unless you're one of those characters, it doesn't happen very often. All right, let's get into it. So Sai Kamitani has a weekly column. So obviously we did the whole book recaps, and also thank you to all the nice feedback we had. That was awesome. That made us feel very good because, that was awesome. And now she kind of spoke about why she did the book and like how it came about. So it's just a few notes basically. So She said that around spring in 2025, she was approached by Kadokawa, which I assume is a book publisher. Apparently, one of the editors of that, it could be a magazine, to be honest. It's probably a magazine. Because one of the editors is a fan and saw her do media appearances, and they were like, oh, and then they just reached out. She said she didn't have a ghostwriter, so she wrote the book herself. I can kind of believe that in the tone that it's written in. She started writing in summer 2025, and it just took her a long time to write because of how busy she is. And she found out that she actually enjoys expressing herself in writing, even though she struggles to express herself verbally when in groups. I mean, that's a very common thing, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's easier to write than talk. And Absolutely. She says that she specifically used the word center for the title. So the book was called The Story of How I, a Failed Idol, Stood at the Center of the Pro Wrestling World. She deliberately used the word center because she wanted to express a duality between her idol life and the wrestler she is now. Because, you know, I think we've spoken about in our Discord channel about how center means something in the idol world, right?
Yes.
The person who's like at the middle of the group and in the dance routines and all that stuff.
Right. That's basically the protagonist, or like the main.
Yeah. The main
character of the idol group.
Yeah. She said the goal was to sell 10k copies. Well, that's +1 from me. And she says that she hopes to inspire failed idols who get rejected from hundreds of auditions. She wants to give them hope. So when it was asked, like, what type of reader do you particularly want to inspire, that was her answer. So that was cute.
She did say the pre-sales looked very good, so I'm happy about that. I hope she does the 10k. I don't know how realistic that number is for books these days, but I'd buy one if they would ship them, but I'm gonna buy one next time I'm in Japan, most probably.
I mean, I can just buy you one when I'm there.
Or that, I mean, it's kind of the same thing, right?
Yeah, I guess.
I think at this point the shipping isn't that much cheaper from the UK, honestly.
Hey, why are you talking down on Brexit? We liberated our country, okay? This was the best thing we did as a nation.
I did once, I bought a vinyl record from a really small band in Northern Ireland. And I think the shipping cost more than the record itself. So just through Brexit bullshit.
It's fucked up. Oh, they have they even have new rules now on dual citizens. It feels like they were specifically targeting me, where you can't travel without a British passport anymore. They literally just won't let you into the country unless you travel with your British passport. And
okay, well, I feel like we had that in Germany. Like, I always have to have my passport, I feel like, so.
Yeah, but as a dual citizen, before I could travel with my Spanish passport. And
specifically okay.
Yeah, now I can't even travel with my Spanish passport. It's so stupid.
Oh, man.
Anyway. Brexit. All right, then we had Yuki Yamazaki and Nagisa Tachibana, so Marigold wrestlers. This is just kind of short notes. Yuka says that the first time Rossy praised her was on the 13th of February at Shinjuku Face, which is like 8 months after her debut.
That's crazy. I read that too, yeah.
Yeah, so that's funny. She trained at Dontonbori Wrestling in Osaka before she joined Marigold. That kind of explains why I felt like she didn't look like a rookie when she debuted. I was like, she looks a bit too polished, and that kind of makes sense. Mm-hmm. She wants the Superfly belt from Mayu Iwatani. Cool. And yeah, that was pretty much it, I guess. Oh, Nagisa Tachibana said that she goes to every single practice session that they have at Marigold, and that's pretty much it. I will say that Nagisa is definitely improving. From what I've seen, so that's good to hear.
Yeah, for sure.
Finally, for Shupro 2400, nice round number, it was Megumi Kudo and 01. So we have mentioned it in passing that 01 are starting a new Joshi division, and Megumi Kudo is the general manager of 01, and she's heading up the Joshi division as well. So there was just like a short article about it. So they refer to the 1st of March show at Tokyo Square, which just passed. So they refer to it as a pre-launch event. So it's not the actual launch of the division. We will review that when it gets uploaded at some point. I still need to figure out how you're going to watch it because it's on a phone app, but we'll get there. Yeah. Megumi Kudo also talks about her FMW past.
Yes.
And that's why like the mixed gender promotions she said felt like a natural thing for her to do, which makes sense. And it's also been designed and branded around Yuki Mashiro. So for those that don't know her, she was in STARDOM for a few appearances, doing New Blood and little things here and there. And she was previously the Ice Ribbon Ice Xfinity champion. And Then she went to CML for like an excursion. Now she's back doing 0-1 and Gokigen Pro mainly.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to be the new ace. So Megumi also said that the new rookie, Konomi Hori, is a bit of a nightmare to manage because she's such a free spirit.
That's funny.
She tells a story of the two of them at a mall, and Konomi is asked to behave because she's wearing the 0-1 tracksuit with the logo on it. And Konomi just went and turned the tracksuit inside out so she could behave as she wanted to. That does come through some of her matches, by the way, that I've seen so far, where she's kind of like a bit non-standard against vets and doing things you wouldn't expect, and I guess trying to hype the crowd up as well, which you just don't really see out of a rookie. So you can kind of see it a bit. Yeah. And then finally, Megumi talks about her 40th anniversary debut event at Yoyogi Second National Gymnasium in October, which is a huge arena, by the way.
That's
like
a big arena, yeah.
It's like 3K capacity or something.
Are they doing a Rose or just 0-1 in general? Or does she do like a freelance show with...
I have no idea. We don't know any matches so far. Mm-hmm. I imagine it's going to be a bit like 0-1, so a bunch of so mixed gender, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Maybe some people from her past that are still wrestling, which I don't know because I don't watch FMW, but I'm sure people know.
I was going to ask you, you never really saw Megumi Kudo matches, did you?
Never. I just know she has like an insane reputation.
Yeah. I really like got in the mood reading this interview to go
you saw her
to
match?
go back watch some Megumi Kudo matches. She had some insane matches, yeah. The one against Combat Toyota is I think the most famous one, which is just fucking brutal. She had obviously she had classics against like Toyota and Yamada even, and I also saw the one against Shark Tsuchiya. I remember that one. That was brutal as well. There was a no ropes barbed wire current explosion barricade double hell death match.
It was a what, sorry?
A no ropes barbed wire current explosion barricade double hell death match.
Say it one more time.
No ropes barbed wire current explosion barricade double hell death match.
Yeah, wow. So are most of her best matches death matches? Is that?
No, not necessarily. Well, her very best match probably is the Combat Toyota one, which was a death match. Okay. But like she had some matches in AWG, as I said, against like Toyota and Yamada.
Yeah, okay.
I see also an Aja Kong one that I didn't see personally, but that's very high ranked too. And those are obviously normal rules matches in AWG. They didn't really do many death matches there, I don't think. So, but I should check out this Aja Kong match as well at some point.
You're going to put it on and go to sleep to it tonight.
Maybe. Let's see.
Cool. So yeah, we'll see what that October event looks like. But yeah, more on 0-1 later. So now we jump to Shupro 2401. This one came out literally 3 hours ago, hot off the press.
Hell yeah.
And it didn't even
only
have
on Joshi'ing Around Weekly. You're gonna get this.
Only on Joshi'ing Around Weekly, yes. So there wasn't a lot of things in this that I was interested in because basically some weeks they have a huge amount of match reports and I always skip the match reports because they're kind of the same that you get on like the mobile website and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, don't need to see those. I'm only interested in like the features, the interviews, the new, different news articles and stuff like that. So there's only a few things. First one is an interview with Chi-Chi and it was quite a short interview. I thought she was going to get the usual like 2-page spread that they normally do for an interview, but it was just a few sections where she's given us some more context. And she basically talked...
I thought good context.
Yeah, no, I thought it was great context. Yeah. There's one part that I really loved. So she talks about her strong core, which basically she hates losing to people, whether it's a legend or a junior, and she doesn't think that will ever change. She said her mother... So there's a word they use called Yankee, and... it doesn't mean American. I'm pretty sure it's like a chav in the UK or a hoodlum or whatever in the US. It's like rough around the edges, tough, rebellious, right? So they call it a Yankee. But she says her mother was a Yankee, whatever that thing is, which I think is that. And that's where she thinks she gets her fight from. Because once she asked her mum, how do you win a fight? And her mum responded, you grab them by the hair and drive your knee into their face. And then Chi-Chi was like, oh, okay. So this is the interesting part, I thought. She said that when she first thought about wanting to present herself as a Barbie, because if you don't know, she loves Barbie and she wants like her own Barbie model. She said it was only after wrestling that she realized that she wants to wrestle hard and stiff. So that's what she said. But now in her career, she realizes that the bigger contrast between the Pink Barbie presentation and the hard-hitting action, the more likely she will leave an impression. So she's kind of just doubled down on that. And that's awesome.
Yeah, that's just true.
It is, yeah.
That's what made her so, pop up so fast, I think, and get such a reputation so fast.
Yeah, so I think it's cool that she's kind of noticed that and just doubled down on that as well. So then she said she wants people to kind of notice the moment that she flips a switch in her matches because, she gets pissed off and she gets angry. She said she hates having her head patted like by a senior in matches. And I have seen that a few times, actually. She is a forearm enjoyer, just like Tim and myself. Yes. So I had a whole segment on forearm strikes planned a few episodes ago and I just ditched it. Because, well, now Chi-Chi puts it way more eloquently than I was going to. And she basically said that watching Suri get the most out of a drop kick or a forearm, which are moves that rookies do, has encouraged her to do less, but with more impact.
Yes.
So that's cool. That's some old school wrestling crowds would love that attitude.
Absolutely. I think it's true too, undoubtedly.
For sure.
The switch thing to me was surprising because that's to me personally at least, that's very Tam coded actually. That's what Tam always used to do. She had the switch to where she went from the kawaii cosmic angel. When she had enough of her opponent, she flipped the switch and just turned into a fucking psycho killer monster who beat the shit out of everyone. So she also had the switch. So yeah, good for Chi-Chi. So
35 minutes in, Tam mentioned drink. So I wonder if you could get drunk if you played a game where you drink a shot whenever we mention Tam. You probably could every episode, right?
Maybe.
I mean, it's not a bad
I don't mention her that often, right?
No, I like it. We are Tam enjoys it and we are proud, okay? There's no shying away from it. She gives props to her mentors, Shuji Ishikawa and Suwama, who run Evo, and she said for women's wrestling tips, she goes to Suri and Kaoru Ito, which we knew about. She trained to them in the Ito dojo. And thirdly, she has MMA classes, which is cool. And then she finishes off by saying she has a global mindset. She wants to make Japanese pro wrestling global. She has been very consistent about this in almost every media interview she's done for years. So I don't know how long she's going to stick around in Japan, to be honest.
Yeah. I think that's also why she's constantly trying to go viral with these staged photography videos or whatever. Street photographer videos. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, just a random beautiful lady walking down the street. Can I take a picture of you? Oh my god, it happened again? Whoa, no way.
Wow. Guy sounds very similar too.
Yeah.
But
yeah, she has ambitions.
Yeah, she maybe she knows that she can only get her own Barbie doll if she gets famous in America, so.
Yeah, probably, yeah. That is a WWE ID prospect right there.
Oh my god. Stop.
All right, then we had Julia. So Julia has a weekly column. I mostly ignore it, but sometimes she has an interesting topic. And I thought it was funny that she spoke about the curb stomp that she gave to Rhea Ripley. She said that it went viral, and then after the match, Triple Paul greeted her with applause and said, "That was truly amazing."
I skipped this interview completely, so you're gonna have to tell me.
Well, yeah,
I never saw that curb stomp either, so I can't.
Oh, really?
Can't speak on that.
Yeah, no, she gave Rhea Ripley a black eye just by curb stomping her a bit too hard into the mat.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yes, it was very cool. Anyway, she said that it was the biggest smile Triple Paul has had yet. She also said that it felt like fate that her singles match with Io was rescheduled because she was gonna face Io, not Rhea Ripley, on that SmackDown episode. So I don't know what happened, but it got fucking pulled. I don't know if Io is injured or what's going on. I'm sure our WWE correspondent will tell us later.
Oh, maybe that's why Io isn't in any plans right now. Maybe she's actually hurt.
Maybe she's hurt. Yeah, maybe that's why she's not doing anything. Because surely, if she's not hurt, you just do Rhea and Io, right? Yeah. That's your biggest match.
Maybe she's house hunting with Evil around Florida and has no time for wrestling right now.
Danhausen hunting. Sorry.
Maybe that too. Maybe Evil has to do that when he comes in. He's in the Danhausen division. That's very possible.
What's in the box? Then finally we had an interview with Rossy Ogawa. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I was recently on Wrestling Omakase, okay, and the topic of Marigold's perception and how they're doing came up. So it's good timing that Shupro dropped a Rossy feature. And this is the type of feature that is always on page 106. It's an article written by the editor-in-chief, Naoya Yuzawa. I have no idea if he's buddy-buddy with Rossy, but based on the tone of this... Yeah, and also Rossy is kind of known to have good contacts in media. Mm-hmm. So, just wouldn't be surprised. So, like, I'm going to not talk about the whole article, because obviously a lot of it is just guac glazing. But he basically, so Rossy Ogawa basically says that they're the second biggest women's promotion in terms of sales. He thinks that there's a big gap. So I've already seen this aggregated, by the way, immediately. What Rossy did say is that he thinks that there's a gap between Stardom and themselves, and then another gap between Marigold and the third place.
That's the one I kind of disagree with here.
Okay. So I'll go first.
Okay.
I don't know if he's wrong. The reason is that it's kind of difficult to compare the promotions to each other. So Marigold basically tries to run a Stardom-style tour schedule, right? But without Stardom success, right? Mm-hmm. They're doing like very similar tour stops. They're trying to run big buildings like Ota Ward, Yogi, Sumo Hall. TJPW does a similar schedule as well, but they have fewer Korakuens, slightly fewer big buildings as well. But TJPW's Korakuens are worse than Marigold's, right? I mean, you can look at the numbers. Apart from the 4th of January ones, which we know they sell out, which is cool. They have like 8th of February 2025 was 551. Then they didn't run Korakuen for 6 months, and they still got 742, 719, 730, 910. 4th of January is another sellout, and then 732. But the averages are lower than Marigold's, right? Sendai Girls is probably the other comparison point. Their touring schedule is totally different. So I don't even know how you can compare Sendai Girls to Marigold, because they don't do monthly Korakuens. They don't do monthly Shinjuku Faces even. They run Azalea Taisho Hall in Osaka. They run Sendai Pit. They run Shinkiba First Ring. Who knows what they would do if they were going to run monthly Korakuen Halls? Maybe they would be second. The problem is we just don't have that data and we don't know.
I think... Okay, I'll let you finish first.
No, I'm finished. Go.
You're finished? Okay. I think if you look at the big shows... then Sendai Girls has got to be considered on a similar level, right? I mean, we had it last year, the big show, the big Marigold show had 3,450 in attendance. The big Sendai Girls show had 3,520 in attendance. So they're in the...
That was exaggerated.
There was a lot of paper as well, I know.
The 3,500 one, the Sendai Girls number is definitely exaggerated. Plus, wait, which one is that? Is that the one in Zebi Arena?
That was I think that was the March one.
Oh, okay, yeah, the Yogi one. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't even house that many people, right?
Right.
Yeah, that was the one they definitely exaggerated. Then they did one in August at Zebi Arena, which was pretty good. I think they announced, 2.5K for that? I didn't actually check. Mm-hmm. They also said, on the recent documentaries, that they had 900 comped kids or something. Something crazy like that.
No, that's the plan for the next one, right?
Oh, is that what they said was for the next one? Okay.
Or was it for the last one? I'm not sure.
They definitely comped a lot of kids for that one.
For the next one. Yeah. The next one that they're going to have in that ice rink in Sendai, right?
Yeah.
That's what Meiko said they're inviting 900 kids.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, maybe that is the same, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
For the August one, they definitely comped. You can tell. From just literally, if you watch that show, you can tell they comped a lot of tickets there. And they also said they did, by the way, because Maiko Satomura went out and she did a speech and she thanked people for coming and stuff like that. So... Mm-hmm. So, yes, their big shows are... They're
you can also look at the Korakuens, right? They had fewer Sendai Girls, and obviously they were special shows, like the Meiko retirement, of course, the 10th
and then the anniversary.
But those were still, massive successes, right?
They were, but it's still impossible to compare to Marigold, because they're not the same schedule.
No, I totally agree. But I would say if it comes, I don't know. I don't know how to really compare these.
Yeah, because you can't.
Yeah, it's the same with Tokyo Joshi, really, right?
So Tokyo Joshi's a bit more comparable just because they have a similar schedule. and you can see what they do, and it is worse than Marigold. So I would say Marigold to TJPW feels like a fair comparison to me.
I do think it's totally fair to assume that Marigold is the second biggest women's company in Japan. That's just facts. If you don't like Marigold, that's fair, but the fact is that they aren't doing that great, but they are not doing worse than any other women's promotion other than Stardom.
Yeah, but also when you say they're not doing great probably to what they want to do, right? Because they want to be Stardom and they're failing in those expectations. But if they were to say, hey, we're a TJPW sized company, they're doing fine. So it just kind of depends on like what you're comparing to. And because apparently they compared themselves to Stardom like early on, then I guess that's why people say they're not doing so well. But yeah, they probably are the second biggest women's company in the world, I guess. And they're, yeah, go on.
Well, but also if you compare it to Stardom early on, then they're doing very well. But also that's also not comparable because obviously you had the talent from Stardom that obviously had the fame coming in. So the starting points were completely different for Stardom and Marigold. So.
Exactly. So he says that at the end, this Glazer, he's like, Marigold reached venues that an average promotion would take 3 to 5 years to reach almost immediately after its launch. Well, they had a different launching point, right? So that's part of the reason why they've done so well to kick off with. But the interesting thing is, Rossy Ogawa is aware of this. Like, he even talks about the Korakuen attendances, and he confirms that they are worrying. So he said, while he isn't panicking, he is definitely hurrying. He says that that Marigold is seen as a spin-off to Stardom, and in order to get rid of that label, they still need much more time, specifically to create more homegrown talent. And I don't really disagree with that. He basically seems to think that their struggling Korakuen attendances is due to a lack of roster depth. I think it's both lack of roster depth and not good booking, but yeah.
Yes.
But he's got half of it correctly, because even with a lack of roster depth, which they obviously have, you do not need to give Chiaki a red belt match, right? You just never need to do that. There's like 99% of the roster you'd rather give a red belt match to, right? So anyway,
I also
go on.
Sorry, one last point maybe. Were you about to move on or
no?
Okay. I was just thinking this Glazer, right? The interview guy. He was kind of weird, no? I don't know. He said some stuff that rubbed me the wrong way in a way, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe I'm just used to it.
For example, when he talks about like the most important moments in like Marigold history and stuff, that's like, he said like Io and Mayu last year was like the pivotal moment in the history of Marigold, or I remember what exactly he called it. And he like went through these milestones for Marigold. And what rubbed me a bit the wrong way about this is that he never once mentioned Utami Hayashishita in any of this. Like, why wasn't the Io match with Utami a big milestone? Why wasn't the crowning of Utami as the Red Belt champion as like the first home talent from Marigold a big milestone in this? No, the milestones were all like Mayu coming in, Mayu and Io, but like a talent from outside the company is a big milestone. Why? That didn't make sense to me. That rubbed me the wrong way. What he said over there. So,
yeah, I feel like this Shupro editor is a big reflection, I think, what people in Japan think. That's generally how I've thought about it, but I could be wrong in that. That's just also what I assume, to be honest.
Also what Rossy thinks, I think.
Honestly. Yeah, also, yeah, because if he's friends with Rossy as well, yeah, maybe Rossy thinks that as well. Well, there is one point where he basically tries to praise Miku, and I won't hear any praise from that man about Miku, given how he books her. Right? It's just, like, actually
that's also weird, yeah.
Yeah, put it into action, okay? Even if you think the world of Miku, you're not really showing it through who she's being booked to defend her title against. So.
The other thing that also rubbed me the wrong way, he described her as a where is it? Shit. I think where is this? He described Miku as a like a classic pro wrestling champion.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know whether that is accepted in the current day and age. Or something to that tone.
Yeah, I don't even know what he means by that.
And that was such a weird comment to me too, because like, what do you mean? Do you mean that other companies' champions aren't classic pro wrestling champions? Do you think They are only being accepted
is
better than
Miku?
Miku. That's what I got from it. That's my reading between the lines. It's like he tried to diss Saya as being not a...
Well, we do know he is a bit salty about Sayaka Watanabe, don't we? Because he had that comments one time about how he would never... Something about her never winning the Tokyo Sports MVP, or he wouldn't vote for her or something? I don't know. I don't know the exact wording.
And also, like, what about your other champions that you booked in the past that you were successful with? Utami, Shuri, Julia, Tam, those... I don't know. Those were successful champions. Weren't those classic ones? Like, if those... I can agree if you say those weren't like the fucking Chigusa Nagayo types in a swimsuit and, I don't know. What's it called? Bobby haircut or whatever?
Yeah.
But that's also not Miku. And also, I don't know. This comment just felt very weird to me about Miku and what it says, what he thinks about other promotions champions, I guess.
Yeah. So I guess the conclusion is, Rossy and Sonny obviously suck major ass, but, living in reality, I think it's fine to say that they're not in the same stratosphere as Stardom, but Rossy, I think, kind of is aware of that. So maybe we don't, we can park this subject for a while. They probably are
say that pretty fairly, that they are fairly behind Stardom.
Yeah, like he knows that, and I think we all know that, and I think it's fine to argue that there's the second biggest company. I don't think that's like an outrageous statement, and I think that's kind of where I'll leave it.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
Right, last thing before moving on to the reviews, because we like to get closer to these characters, and one that I have struggled with since her heel turn on the 5th of May 2025 is Maria from Marvelous. And she's been doing a weekly blog. So I went back and translated all of her entries. And basically, Maria was one of us. But very different. But she was a wrestling super fan. The difference is she's athletic, attractive, and talented enough to turn it into a career. But she was a super fan. So the backstory is, she got curious about pro wrestling by seeing some documentary on the Crush Girls, which I feel like I've heard this story quite a few times. And then she went to a show on the 23rd of May, 2015 at Otaward, which had Chigusa Nagayo in... Oh, I get my chance to do this now. In a barbed wire, current blast and double blast bat and double blast chair embattled hell mixed tag team match. So, what the fuck are these stipulations? They're so... More importantly, Maria basically says that she fell in love with Takumi Iroha and describes it as love at first sight. She was at the merch stand and Takumi happened to walk past and Maria just burst out crying. The wrestler at the merch stand, because, there was another wrestler that she was going up to see at the merch stand, she noticed that Maria only wanted Takumi's signature and not hers. So she called Takumi over and got her to sign something for Maria. Maria basically says that after that, she started a part-time job just so she could get enough money to go and see Takumi at events and buy her merch. She made friends with other Marvelous fans online, and she said that when she used to go up to the merch stands, her hands would shake and she couldn't look at Takumi in the eye properly. She said that she was even using a fake name online. But one time, she went up to Takumi, and Takumi was like, "You're Maria-chan, aren't you?" And it spooked Maria the fuck out. And by the way, Maria's like 15 or 16 at this point. Then... at one show on the 17th of October, so this is five months after she discovered, after she went to her first event, Chigusa Nagayo and Takumi basically walked up to Maria and her friends and were like, "Do you guys want to become pro wrestlers? Try hard and don't give up. We'll be waiting for you at Marvelous." So there you go. And then, I didn't know this, but apparently Marvelous has banned one-shot photos. She doesn't say why, but I did not know
really?
that.
I didn't know that either.
No idea why. So then she went to AWG High School, which is like a renowned wrestling school for girls that Hashimoto went to as well. So I believe it's a private school. She only went there after finding out pro wrestling because she wanted to become a pro wrestler and thought that's how you do it. So even though it was really grueling, so she still went through with that. But naturally, when it came to it, she thought about joining either Marvelous or Sendai Girls, where Hashimoto was. She made up her mind when Chihiro Hashimoto told her, "The best place for you is wherever the person you admire is." And that was obviously Takumi, so the rest is history. Her parents only had one condition, that she gets good grades, since it's a private school. She did get good grades, but mostly because she had a deal with her parents where if she gets good grades, they have to buy her Takumi or her merch. So that motivated her. Final thing is she has asthma, which I didn't know. So she's been hospitalized for it 3 times. So there you go. Yep.
I wasn't aware of that either.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I wish I had unlimited time because these little stories kind of help you root for someone. Because after I read this, I was like, I could really get into a Maria and Takumi feud, right? Over the title.
Oh, yeah.
Which I've never thought of before. But they could use this as the build towards that. And I wouldn't even cared about it before.
Yeah, and they basically just did that too. For the tag titles, but...
For the tag titles, yeah, exactly, yeah. But she was kind of like a heel. But I mean, like as a babyface Maria, sort of. Like she came off as extremely likable.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only read like the first 5 or something before I ran out of time. But yeah, she comes across very likable in these, for sure.
So you didn't see the part about the Marvelous roster being hooked on Starbucks?
No,
they are Starbucks maniacs. They try all their new flavors all the time, and apparently when they're going to be over in the US, the first thing they're going to be looking for is a Starbucks. So if you're going to WrestleMania weekend and you want to impress any Marvelous roster, then give them a Starbucks.
All right.
Don't do that. That's creepy.
Okay. Are we at the end of our news section?
Yes, review time.
All right, not quite.
Oh.
I got one more little intermission for you, since we are coming off of Shupro. You know how we often talk about, we keep track of the Shupro, of the front page. What do you call it?
I forgot to mention it. Yeah, I forgot to mention it.
Yeah, Sari is on it.
Sari's on 2401.
On the cover.
Yeah. Sari and Fuwa-chan.
Yeah, that's an awesome picture, by the way.
Yeah.
So, you know how Joshi'ing Around Weekly every week does a episode-specific cover for the episodes.
Do you think anyone noticed
that? I don't know. Maybe they do now.
Yeah. I put a lot of effort into it.
I thought since we always do that, and I would say not really biased. I just always pick the most important or like the most discussed topic on the episode, right? So since we had our 20th anniversary last week, I went through the last 20 Joshi'ing Around weeklies and tallied up the rankings for our personal cover MVP.
Oh.
Do you
Saya?
Okay. Yes. It is Saya at number 1 with 4 covers. So she was on 20% of all Joshi'ing Around weekly episodes. Who do you think was second?
Miyu Watanabe?
No.
Oh. I don't actually know.
Sari.
Okay, that makes sense, actually. Yeah.
Sari had 3 album covers. Miyu Watanabe and Miku Aono share the 3rd place with 2. And SRK. Sorry, SRK has 2 as well. So Miyu Watanabe, Miku Aono, and SRK Starlight Kid all have 2. And other than that, I have a bunch of single ones. If you don't count the Christmas episodes, which was Tam Nakano 2 times.
Of course. True.
We had, like, for example, we had Saya Ida once, Sakurara once, we had Sonoko Kato once, we had who was also on there? Rina and Konami once. Yeah, those are just excerpts, but yeah, the top 3 are Saya, Sari, and then, well, Miyu, Miku, and Starlight Kid combined, but just thought maybe that was interesting for someone. I don't know if it's interesting to you.
Yeah, that kind of reflects what we talk about.
Kinda, yeah. I was kind of happy that Miku and Miyu did so well for 3rd
We need more Hashimoto.
That's true. Hashimoto isn't on. I mean, she is on there with the Sari. Like, when their big match happened, she's basically a joint cover with Sari together. But yeah, she's only there once. Then that's too little. Okay,
All
speaking of, I don't know. That's not a good transition. We're not
That
talking
was a
about
great segue.
Hashimoto now.
Speaking of Hashimoto, let's talk about Stardom.
Well, maybe she's going there sometime.
Yeah.
Who knows? But not this time. We have... What the fuck am I saying? We had a VOD popped up, which already happened last week, but we couldn't cover it last week. It was from February 23rd. It was in Okayama Convention Center before an audience of 616 people. Is that something special? I don't know.
Nah.
How should we do this? This was before the big Korakuen, so there was a lot of setup. I mean, the big Korakuen was definitely like the destination show of this week for Stardom at least. So there was some setup for this, but in the grand scheme of things, I gotta say I didn't watch half of the show. I gotta be honest. You can't really get me to watch a freeway match with Ruaka and Lady C. That's too much to ask, honestly.
Yeah, I watched it and I still don't know what happened.
Even if I love Stardom, some of these matches are on the hour shows are just whatever to me. So I kind of skipped them if I'm not super. I also had to watch the Becky Lynch match, of course, which was very important. So I just couldn't fit everything in. Either way, what did you think of the opener? Akira Kurogane and Yuri Ahime versus Hanako and Waka Tsukiyama in a time limit draw, 20 minutes. Waka Tsukiyama, how was that?
Was it? I actually had no idea. I didn't know it was 20 minutes. Oh, wow.
I was gonna watch this earlier because I knew you said that was a pretty good match, and I skipped it on Saturday when I first watched the show. So I looked at the time; it was 29 minutes as a whole, the entire file. So I just said I can't get it done today. So
yeah, this match was really good, but I don't think it was like any better than their future title match, which we will talk about. I thought they were both awesome. You know, it was, but you know, like those movie trailers that like basically give you the whole movie. That's kind of what this match felt like.
Oh, for the future match? Okay.
Yeah, they essentially had like a full-on singles match within this, and I was kind of surprised at how much they gave. I thought it was awesome, but they gave a lot.
Damn.
Yeah, there was some bumps that didn't look great. For, you know how sometimes like wrestlers bump early for like lariats and stuff like that? Mm-hmm. So Akira did like a super early bump, and it was like so early that Hanako totally missed her on the lariat, and they had to repeat the spot. That was funny. I mean, she's still a rookie, so...
Okay. I mean, they did also have this New Blood match just like a month ago, which was also very good, but also pretty long. And I didn't feel like they did that much more at the Korakuen. I feel like this is just designed to give them a lot of reps against each other and in general.
Yeah, I agree.
Because they're the future of the company, I guess. So
yeah, I couldn't tell you the difference between the New Blood one, this one, and the Korakuen Hall one. I don't.
No, not really.
They were all good, but I probably won't be able to pick them out from each other.
All right. After this, in the aforementioned freeway match, the most protected wrestler.
Why are you even talking about this?
Ruaka defeated Lady C and Makito. We can just skip over it if you have nothing to say, because I don't have anything to say.
No.
After this, we had our token CMLR match on the show. India Shiux and Tabata defeated Stars this time. Hanan and Momo Kogo. How was that?
Tabata had some conservative gear on this show.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Did Momo Kogo get to do some lucha libre? And I know she loves it.
I don't know. I don't know. I watched this match. I don't know.
She's a huge fan of lucha. That's one thing I know about Momo Kogo.
Yeah,
and she always tries to emulate it, but you know.
You wouldn't think that, yeah.
Damn, poor Momo. Either way, after this, we had Maika and Rian defeating Fuwa-chan and Husky. This is one I did watch.
This was a great match.
Yes, I loved this as well. This is like... So Husky has like this... She's really weird about handshakes lately. Did you notice that?
Oh, I haven't noticed it, no. But I'm not very observant.
In a bunch of matches. She's like the grumpy guy now. She doesn't like to shake anyone's hands anymore before the matches and stuff. Yeah. But yeah. I don't know. Yeah, this was awesome. This was just kind of like Husky kind of bullying Rian for a bit, and then Micah running over Fuwa-chan like a truck. And then it was like Husky and Micah going at it, and it's just like, I mean, what do you expect when Husky and Micah going at it? That's like just two world-class workers. And, yeah.
I thought
Husky
Go on.
Sorry, Husky at one point German suplexed Micah, and that was very hype. You don't see that every match that Micah gets thrown around like that. But yeah, Husky is fucking strong, and she did that shit.
Why is she not in Mexico, by the way?
Husky? Yeah, that's true. She's the one.
She got the fucking CML title, and she's not. She's like Micah, SOK, and Meisero there, and she's not. Anyway.
Yeah.
I thought the crowd was very loud for Fuwa-chan, and Fuwa-chan is pretty good. Like
Fuwa-chan is so strong. I don't get
when
it.
you see her put like the octopus hold on Micah here, right?
Yes.
And like the expression on her face, it's like you want her to submit Micah so badly. Like you almost believed it for a second.
Yeah.
So just from her facial expressions and her setting. So I feel like Fuwa-chan's putting in 150% effort. And I also love that she's teasing the German suplex that we've seen a few times. I kind of want her to make that into a bigger deal rather than when she was just doing it for fun on her debut or her re-debut, I guess. So,
but she did something way sicker. I just said you don't see someone throwing around Micah like that often when Husky did it, but she fucking brain busted Micah. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Fuwa-chan did. That's fucking insane. I don't even know.
I mean, she doesn't wrestle like a rookie, right?
No, not at all.
I mean, if you showed someone new showed her to someone new and told them, yeah, she's been wrestling for like 5 or 6 years. She's won the white belt before. And now she's just chilling on the undercard. You would believe that.
Yes.
So, yeah.
11 matches. You're never going to see an 11 match wrestler brainbuster Micah in the middle of the ring.
No,
like,
and because she's older as well, and because she's a celebrity already, it kind of makes sense to just go all in. I feel like, you know, like Kaisei Takechi and DDT, you know, they're probably going to put the title on him in the summer, and you kind of have to do that if you want to go up to the dome. Just push them. Like, you don't know how long this window is going to last for. So yeah, I know.
And she also didn't she didn't have the same training regimen as a rookie usually has. So
yeah,
it's not a surprise, particularly that she's like skill wise above them when she has like, I don't know, 24/7 monitoring of the greatest wrestlers in the world telling her how to train in a foreign country, fucking, I don't know, dojo, elite training. I don't know. She got a lot of people preparing her for doing stuff like this immediately, I guess.
Yep.
Either way, you got anything more on this?
No. Oh, Hazuki has amazing hair. Thank you.
Yep. After this, Neo Genesis, which was Azumi, Meisara, Miyu, Masaki, and Sadaka, the entire group. It was the entire group. They teamed with Saki Kashima in her retirement to defeat the entire group of Cosmic Angels, which consists of Ane Kanaya, Aya Sakura, Natsupoi, Sayaka Kurara, and Yuna Mitsumori. This was fucking amazing. I love this match so much.
I feel like people who don't watch Stardom that listen to our podcast, like maybe 3 of them, will not believe us when we say that these house show matches are so good. Tim, can you confirm that this match was, in fact, great and we are not making it up?
I was entirely, like, blown away by this match. I love this match so much, man.
It's so good.
It was so good. Like, this was the perfect vibes match. I mean, obviously, Neo Genesis, like, it's not a surprise. Neo Genesis and Cosmic Angels had a 5-star match before. Like, a trios match, this was 5-on-5, but like, these 2 units just create magic when they're in the ring together. It's just, there's no other words for it, honestly. So, they fit so well. And then you add Saki Kashima, who always is just the funniest comedy wrestler, and you add like Ane Kanaya, who is like just brings the best vibes to a match. It's just, yeah, just wonderful to watch.
Yeah, that was a really great Ane Kanaya and... Did you just say all of Cosmic Angels and include Ane Kanaya in that, by the way?
Did I?
Yeah, you were like, yeah, they face all of Cosmic Angels, and Kariya is not a Cosmic Angel just yet. But she was at the center of the Cosmic Angels for the photo pose. I did notice that.
She also danced with them coming in. I think they looked like a unit, if you ask me. So
yeah, true. But yeah, she had a great high speed sequence with Meisara. That was pretty good.
She did. That was mind blowing. That Ane.
Yeah. And Sayaka was So we've been reading Sayaka's blog, me and Tim. Okay, spoilers. Mm-hmm. We have been reading all of her blogs. She had 18 blogs on Shupro, and she speaks a bit about how some of her moves and what she thinks about them in this match, and also on a house show we're going to talk about later. But in this match, she had such a sick drop kick on Miyu Emasaki.
Yes.
She just has a really unique way of like accelerating, like being a bit explosive with her movement, and I really like that a lot about Sayaka Kurara.
I feel like with her, like her main ability or like her main strength is timing. Like she does these things with like just the perfect timing, which is like, I mean, it's also because of the explosiveness, I guess, that she gets these timings so perfectly right, because she can just like get in there in a second and drop someone perfectly with drop kick someone perfectly, or like these spears who always like sit perfectly for the moment. Like she knows exactly when to do the right spot. I feel like that's one of her main strengths. She doesn't do many things in the ring yet, but what she does always hits perfectly for some reason.
Yeah.
It was so much fun to watch. Also for the Saki enjoyers, there were some funny things in there.
Well, she did the SOK chant while slapping Ai Sakura's back.
They also did like the corner spot where like all of Neo Genesis do a corner drop kick at the same time, and she was just she couldn't find a spot, and so she was just standing in the middle and was, I don't know, she was helpless and scared, and it was very funny.
No, it's even funnier than that, Tim. It's even funnier. She wanted to do the Neo Genesis drop kick in the corner.
She wanted to do it, yeah.
It was too far for her to run, and she just bailed halfway through because she was too tired.
What's that?
She just couldn't be bothered because you don't have to run super fast to do the drop kick. She was like, fuck this.
Okay, I saw that wrong then, I guess. Yeah, that makes it even better. That's awesome. And Ane's selling in the leg killer for Starlight Kid was so good as well. Like, Starlight Kid tapped her out in the end with the Black Tiger leg killer, and it was just, Ane is so good at emoting already. It's crazy. She might.
Yeah, we've been saying it since day one.
She keeps climbing my ladder of my rookie rankings. I don't know. She's brilliant. Yeah, this match was exhilarating. I felt so good after watching this. I was so happy. Either way, you got anything more?
No, this was a legit good match. Like,
Absolutely.
Almost good enough to warrant going back to watch it if you skip VODs. Like, it was just really.
I would say that I put this in my best matches of February, together with like, I don't know, all the other great matches we watched, but this was one of that caliber that's like a real highlight of the month for me. Maybe not a match of the year contender, but like for this one, it was like 4 stars plus for me easily.
It's worth recommending to people, basically.
Yes, absolutely. Even though I don't give stars, so it's always awkward to say. Our main event was a 6-man, a trios match. It was God's Eye. Amisore, Hina, and Shuri, they defeated Hate, Konami, Natsuko, and Rina in about 14 minutes.
Yeah, I mean,
what do you have on this?
Yeah, all I've got is Hina got the pin with the Gedo clutch after dodging the punt kick, and that did get paid off in the Korakuen Hall match. That's literally the only note I have.
That is very true. And I watched this one after the Korakuen Hall match, which is funny. So this this immediately clicked for me when I saw this. This was, oh yeah, they teased this here.
Yeah.
Should have kept the order correct to really gotten the full effect of that. But that was awesome.
But other than that, this match was so much Emi Suri, and she's just not my thing, so I didn't really care much for this match.
That's true. No, that's fair. Yeah, and there's also like this Konami does this wrist clutch, right? Or this wrist lock thing, her finish thing, where she gets like the arm and turns it in like
The triangle lancer?
Is that what it's called? Yeah, triangle lancer. And Hina figured out in this match how to counter it with like just putting her legs up and just pushing Konami down with her legs, essentially. She did that multiple times in the Korakuen as well. So she figured it out in this match, and then she countered the triangle thing a couple of times in the Korakuen successfully with it. So I like this type of storytelling. It's just like, hey, I learned this here, and I'm gonna use it in the big title match for my defense. So that's great. Yes. And should we just get on to the Korakuen then?
Yep.
This was on February 28th. It was the Friday, right? Was it Saturday? It was Saturday. Yeah. Korakuen Hall was sold out. Standing room as well, I think. I don't know if the standing room was sold out, but they did sell standing room tickets. There were 1601 people in there, which is not too shabby, I would say. What are your thoughts on 1600?
One of my thoughts. Wow, Tim, I thought you'd never ask me what my thoughts are on this number. It was their 5th best ever Korakuen Hall number out of 149 non-COVID events that have been there, stretching back to 2011. Their 5th best ever. So, first of all, it was the first Saturday in a while without any outside factors. Like, the last Saturday that they ran was like 31st of January, but they had run like Korakuen 4 times in that month, and it was a totally nothing card as well, right? Yes. Now it's a Saturday morning, no competition, pretty great card, right? So, you can imagine, like, if New Japan had like a global heavyweight title match or something on Korakuen, they'd probably sell out Korakuen too as well, right? But they never book that. So,
yeah, for sure.
I'm not suggesting that Stardom is as big as New Japan, but Stardom should start to be discussed in the conversation as the second biggest promotion in Japan, like, regardless of gender. If you think about the other promotions that hold that spot, or have historically held it, like Dragon Gate, right? They drew like 2,200 for their second biggest show of the year on the 23rd of February, like literally the week before. All Japan drew 2,200 at Ota Ward, like very recently. That's like a number that Stardom regularly beats at Ota Ward nowadays. So those who want in the conversation. Noah and DDT is a bit more interesting. Okay. I want to see what DDT do at the Sumo Halls that they have this year. They got 2 of them by eye, because obviously they don't release numbers, but they might be close. And Noah's New Year show that you were at did great, but so did Stardom Sumo Hall with days before, right? So it's sort of like Stardom, Noah, and DDT sort of jockeying for second place. And my point is, it's not just a women's company and needs to be compared against women's companies anymore. Okay? Stardom are very likely the second biggest company in Japan, and more importantly, their Korakuens are starting to look like New Japan's attendance-wise in terms of how much effort they have to put in to draw a big crowd. And the answer we found out is very little. When they do put effort in, it's a sellout, just like New Japan.
Yeah, man. Bro.
Yeah, bro, man.
Stardom has been the second biggest company, regardless of gender, for the past 5 years, I think.
Well, you don't hear it being said. People are still...
Yeah, but it's fact. If you just look at the attendances tallied up at the end of the year, they are always in second place for, I think, at least since 2021. They had fucking Noah had a year where they had 40K in the Tokyo Dome for Muta's retirement, right? I think 36K, something like that. In that year, Stardom still beat them. Like, yeah, 36,000 house couldn't rank them above Stardom in
Noah was dog shit
for
back
that
then.
year.
Okay, Noah has changed in 2025 over Zawa. So I think it's like more interesting to compare 2025 Noah to 2025 Stardom, because Noah's.
But I still think Stardom easily beat them, right?
I don't know if it's easily beat them in 20. I mean, they were Noah's Korakuen Halls, I'm pretty sure had like a higher average, but that's because they used to stack their Korakuens with like GHC title matches, right? So the point I'm making is that Stardom don't have to do that anymore. Their Korakuens are starting to look like New Japan's, and that wasn't happening 5 years ago, right? So you might be right.
What were Noah's biggest houses last year?
Yeah, they had multiple sellouts, and they didn't sell the balcony, so it was like 1,500 plus, multiple sellouts throughout the year.
Odd Jobs is probably gonna
Yeah, he
tell
will.
us
And
if,
it's true.
if
Okay.
he listens to that. But did they have like a 7.5, 6.5? Did they put up numbers like that?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
So yeah, maybe the Korakuens on average were a bit higher, only by like 50 or 80, I think. I tallied it up at one point.
Wait, are you
Halfway
arguing
through
for
the
me?
year, but-
I'm agreeing with you.
No, I'm just saying they have been. Like, just because people are not talking about it, I have been talking about Stardom as the second biggest company in Japan for years now. It's just what it is. People are having a hard time accepting it, especially like a couple of Dragon Gate fans, but that's just what it is now.
And then, but the second thing that was important that I mentioned, which wasn't happening before, is Stardom's Korakuens being like New Japan's. Like, the fact that they're starting to get into that sphere of, we don't need to do anything to draw 1,000 to 1,100 at Korakuen Hall is massive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
that's
they
been the
can
biggest
sell it
difference.
out without Saya Kamitani. Hello?
Yeah, hi. Sorry, I thought you just stopped mid-sentence. Yeah, no, they can sell it out without Psycho Matani. Yes.
Yes.
But I don't think this was true in 2025. In 2025, if you look at the Stardom Korakuens, what were they doing with their Korakuens? They were putting fucking red belt matches on their Korakuens, right? Because that's just what you have to do to build up your audience to the point where you want to run the Tokyo Dome. DDT are right now at the point where they're having to put title matches on their Korakuens because they want to keep selling them out. They want to keep having no vacancy sellouts, right? And then once you can start to peel away those title reigns, right, to like the regional shows or like bigger shows, that's how you're going to get to the Dome. And I don't think this was happening before. And this show kind of showed it. Put a white belt on there, yeah, we're going to sell that bitch out. That is really important, I guess, progression in Stardom's business. Yep. And I also wanted to say one other thing. It's the outside of Tokyo attendance, right? So it's getting better, but it's still... This is the second difference between Stardom and New Japan. It's getting better, but it's still way squishier than New Japan's outside of Tokyo business, right? New Japan can do strong business literally anywhere they go, okay? They're a totally national brand. No one should ever try to argue that, which I'm hoping no one does. It gets by far the most media attendance, mainstream enlargement, blah, blah, blah. But what I thought was interesting is Stardom's 5-star in 2025. I think it's set them up nicely to keep on building out on regional tours. I think with this 5-star, they should just ditch Tokyo mostly. Just say, fuck you, Tokyo, and just do a full 5-star going everywhere but Tokyo. And I know people might hate the idea of this, but I also think they should do 32 people in the tournament again. They should stretch the tour out to hit as many towns as possible in 3 weeks. And the reason I say this is because the 2025 5-star was record-breaking outside of Tokyo, right? So they did record numbers in Kyoto. They had 130% over the record, so 30% over. Okayama, they hit the record. Kobe, they hit the record, over 30%, over 37% over the record. Hamamatsu, they hit the record. They were close to the record in Morioka, in Iwate, which is Michinoku Pro Country. They were almost hit the record in Sendai, right? The regional crowds want to see the tournament. Yes. So I personally don't care if some match quality suffers, because I want the promotion to do better, right? So I think they should use the 5-star as a good way to promote regional attendance, and they should do that if they want to close the gap on New Japan and if they want to run a Tokyo Dome. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
It does make sense, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, them being the second biggest company in Japan might have been obvious, but the real point I wanted to make was the comparison with New Japan.
Yes. I mean, generally when I kept dragging on the 5-star format, it's just, this is like egotistical me.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
my enjoyment is not
which
as
is
great
totally fair.
if it's a big field, but if it's a good strategy for them, that is obviously like a completely different talking point, and I won't deny that ever. It was a very, very successful tour, so yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, that's my thoughts on the attendance. Tim, thank you for asking.
No worries. Let's get into it. We started out with this was 5-on-4 handicap. Didn't even know that.
Yeah, because Fukigen Def was too cheerful and therefore unable to compete.
Oh yeah, right. I read this actually, so I did know that.
Yeah, because her default is to be a miserable deaf clown. So if she's happy, then that's her version of being sick.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's when she changed from Gokigen to Fukigen, right?
Yeah.
Those are the two words, I think. Whatever. It was Hate, and they defeated. So Hate were the 4 people, Asusai Inaba, Natsuko Tora, Rina, and Ruaka. They defeated the 5 Cosmic Angels, Aya Sakura, Natsupoi, Saoriano, Sayaka Kurara, and Yuna Mitsumori. No Ani Kanaya in the lineup today, so maybe they would have needed her for this. And this was great. I loved it. I loved this match a lot. I mean, it was mainly because of the finishing stretch, obviously, where they did the Sayaka Kurara beatdown essentially. I mean, at first Kurara almost had it. She just works so well with Tora, right? Her and Tora are such a good pairing.
It really reminded me of both their 5-star match, which was obviously excellent, right? And then if you remember at Korakuen, they had a 5-star match.
Absolutely.
And then also on the Goddess of Stardom Tag League semifinals, where I thought Natsuko had literally one of her best ever performances. It was so great, the way she sold the rear naked choke. And she did that again here. And I thought, absolutely, it was fucking awesome. They just have really good chemistry.
Yeah. First, the Cosmic Angels did the sneak attack on Hate. This was a completely backwards match now that I think about it. Cosmic Angels were a person more and they attacked Hate before the bell rung and shit like that. And
fuck
then
them.
They lost
they know
in
what
the
they're
end.
Gonna do.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah. It still works as just outsmarting the heels for once. And yeah, in the end they lost, but it was totally Kurara got fucked. She got cheated out of the win. She pretty much had the match won with the spear. And Tora was on her back and she just missed it. Sayaka during the pin, and the rest of Hate pulled the ref out at the same time. It was really well timed, so the ref didn't see the attack, and it kind of came out of nowhere for me, at least the mist, and that was a really cool moment, I think. Just really well timed, and that obviously changed the fate of the match, and they ended up pinning Kurara in the end after they cheated her out of the victory. And I thought this was great heat. This was excellently done. I still have no idea where exactly the story is going with Sayaka Kurara. Obviously it's going somewhere. But they're playing this so well. The way they just beat her up over, cheat her at first, when Sayaka Mitani interferes and stuff like that. And then just beat the hell out of her after. And Kurara's face was so blue. I don't know how much liquid Tora has in her mist glands, but it's insane what she did here. Her entire mouth and teeth were blue, Sayaka Kurara's. It's she spit directly in her mouth. It's kind of crazy, but I love this. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I kind of gave my thought. No, you said it. You said it best. I was just sort of wowed by Natsuko Tora, and I feel like Natsuko Tora needs more recognition. I think she kind of basically serves that top heel function, which allows Saya to do whatever Saya wants. Right? We spoke about Saya's character alignment on the last episode. I think Natsuko Tora gives her the freedom to do that, because Natsuko Tora is always going to be that heel. The traditional heel, basically, to do whatever needs to be done in the company. And I do think you do need probably a traditional top heel in the company, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, I think Natsuko Tora is incredibly important to the company.
It's true. I totally agree. And she's underrated as hell. Did you hear the post-match comments?
All I've got is Sayaka saying she wants to get her challenge accepted again. That's it. She just keeps repeating that.
I did actually watch it and thought it was good, but I can't remember it. I forgot to write it down. So let's just move on, maybe. Yeah. Next up, we had a three-way tag team match, which was the Ito Respect Army, which is Kikyo Furusawa and Maki Ito. And they won against Kyoka Kotatsu and Tomo Kainawa from God's Eye and Maika and Xena, who are totally unaffiliated and don't belong together at all. So I don't know why they are teaming. Do you want to go on this one?
I got nothing. Well, except Maika is definitely not facing Sai Kamitani for the red belt, is she? She is not in contention at all. When she returned, we were like, that's a fucking ace right there. Remember? She looked like a a badass, and they've deliberately called her off, I feel like, especially with her upcoming Mexico excursion. So I think we can rule her out of any red belt and get rid of that fantasy booking in our head. She is not going to be one of the baby faces to destroy hate.
Well, do you think when she comes back from Mexico, and she just basically starts anew and comes back with like a vengeance and then goes after Saya, you think this all hurt her too much that she doesn't have the credibility anymore or whatever?
No, I think she can still do it, but I kind of don't want it if they're just going to do it 1 month before Yokohama.
No,
you know what I mean?
Totally agree. Yeah. But who is it then?
I honestly don't know. I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
It's really weird. Tomoka had very blue hair. I don't know if she was involved in a Natsuko Tora attack or something before the match. One thing I forgot to mention from the previous match, there was a really nice Aya Sakura vs. Rina stretch, and they did the same thing on the next show we're gonna cover that was uploaded today. So I think there's something brewing between Aya and Rina now. That could be a great match for us, the Grand Queen or whatever. I wouldn't be surprised if they face each other again in the Cinderella and build something that way.
Yeah, well, I assumed they were going to be facing each other in the Cinderella. That's why they did this, but
maybe it's for the Cinderella. I would book it for the Grand Queen show, honestly. But I have so many like weird little singles matches I want to see on that show. I don't know if any of them.
The card can only fit so much.
Yeah, but yeah, they are working brilliantly together. So Aya and Rina are great. Anyway, for this match, yeah, this wasn't like the most newsworthy match in my opinion.
Should we move on then, Tim?
Let's move on then, I guess. Maki did like some cool thing for the pin, but let's
good on you, Maki. What good job.
We had a trios match next. We had Mi Vida Loca teaming with bodyguarding, in fact, Saki Kashima on her retirement road. Itsuki Aoki and Rina Yamashita. They defeated Ane Kanaya, Rian, and Waka Tsukiyama together. Ane was dancing with Rian again. She should stop doing that. Although I do think there's a high possibility that Rian actually just joins Cosmic Angels too. I'm gonna get to that later.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yes. So yeah, Itsuki and Rina Yamashita came out in like big fucking bodyguard style blazers. It was very funny. To protect Saki Kashima from all duress, I guess. And they denied the referee from
checking her.
From checking Saki Kashima for foreign objects, yeah. It was really funny, but at some point they had to take off their suits and wrestle. So yeah, this was a bunch of really funny stuff with Saki and Itsuki and Rina too. They constantly had to like rescue Saki. They carried her back to the corner all the time. This was mainly just to do a funny little.
It was a good bit. Itsuki and Rina as Secret Service bodyguards. They looked awesome.
Yes.
It popped me.
And in the end, they killed Ane and squished her. And then they let Saki get the pin in the end. That was very funny. Next up, we had our token CMLL match. It was India Sioux, Kira, and Tabata. They defeated the Godside team of Ami Sourei, Lady C, and Rana Yagami. What are your thoughts on this one, Eric?
So, Tabata has completely brand new gear every show. Don't know if you noticed it.
Oh,
completely different.
Oh, yeah.
So she was in a denim fit. Okay, the show before it was the more conservative one. It was like a more traditional blue fit. The other show was a skin-colored suit. She's got some fashion, you know. So that is what I noticed. Did you notice that she
must
doesn't
have some money too?
Yeah. Did you know she doesn't have to cover up her tattoos? I didn't.
Some some of them don't. Yeah, I noticed it.
Yeah, because I know Debbie and Diana still has to, or maybe she chooses to. I don't know. So apart from that, a fashion watch for Tabata. I thought it was very cute that she kissed Rana. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And I think it was my first time ever seeing Kira, and she looked good. I wasn't expecting a 450 splash, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
She also needs to fix her costume, because I don't think I've ever seen someone's gear not cover the underboob correctly.
I don't know. I didn't even really notice that. I was kind of
You didn't notice the underboob? It was like... Okay, sure. Yeah, no, of course, you didn't.
I was kind of checked out during this match. I gotta be totally honest with you. Like, I stopped...
Yeah, you're so innocent.
I kind of stopped caring about these CMLR matches, I gotta be honest.
No, that's fine.
It's not for me, I think. I just don't like the work that much, honestly. And I just kind of... I don't know what exactly I did during this match. I think I looked up the post-match comments from Sayaka Kurara or whatever. So that's my bad.
Let's move on.
Let's just move on, yeah. We had the big one, the great one, the one we were all looking forward to, and the one we left just as happy as we expected to, I guess. It was Spark Rush, Takumi Iroha, the first time in Stardom since probably maybe 5 years, not sure if she was ever.
Yeah, no, it's 2021.
I think so, 2021, yeah. Together with her tag team partner Sari, they are Spark Rush, and they came in to defeat Fuwa-chan and Husky. So Husky has she has history with Takumi. I learned about that after the match, but that's the reason why she didn't want to. She refused the handshake in this match as well from Takumi. Do you know the history? No. I'm not quite up on it as well, but I think when Takumi left Stardom, Husky was still in Stardom, and maybe she didn't like that she left or whatever. This is like the dark ages of Stardom for me that I have no idea what happened in. So I just know that it had to do with that, probably, that Hazuki once again refused any kind of handshake before the match and just stood in the corner looking grumpy. So anyway, this was basically a lot of beating up Fuwa, Suri, and Takumi isolated her in a way, and just Suri always tagged Takumi in, you want to have a go at her too, and then Takumi beat her up for a while, and then they tagged back, and it was good. Fuwa-chan makes for a good victim for getting beaten up.
She's a good body bag, yeah.
A lot, yes. Because Fuwa is just really good at emoting already, right? I mean, obviously she has that. She has a whole career out of emoting in a way, back when she was a social media comedian or whatever. So there's no surprise here how good Fuwa is at these kind of things, but they just work tremendously well in pro wrestling, I gotta say. So yeah, what are your thoughts? This was amazing. I loved this match. It was tremendous.
I mean, this was a Joshi'ing Around weekly match. They booked it just for us.
Absolutely.
So I am a Spark Rush fanboy. I have the Suri signed Spark Rush t-shirt framed behind me, and so I was kind of ready for Takumi Iroha to show a lot of the Stardom viewers what they've been missing out on if they haven't caught her in Marvelous. I think a lot of fans probably hadn't seen Takumi, because there's probably a lot of newer Stardom fans going to these Korakuen Hall shows, especially with Fuwa-chan and the fans that Sayaka Mitani brought in. So I thought it was a good chance to get some eyeballs on Takumi and Marvelous ahead of their anniversary show. And as a reminder, Suri and Fuwa-chan are obviously familiar with each other because Suri was aware of Fuwa-chan's training when she was in the UK, secretly training, and Fuwa-chan is very grateful to Suri for her support. So in turn, Suri slapped Fuwa-chan around the face to start the match, which I thought was hilarious. And I do want to take a kind of a mini victory lap, because when we spoke about Fuwa-chan on the Dream Queendom show, we specifically mentioned one skill set of hers that is really good, and that was her bumping. Mm-hmm. Specifically how she bumps. And I feel like that's her defining skill. I feel like that's her best asset. Her bumping and her selling is not rookie-like. It just isn't. And we saw it here when she was bumping around for Suri and Takumi. She looked awesome doing it. So, like, there was when you mentioned when they were tagging each other to do body slams, but also the whole crowd just kind of went oof when Takumi landed a kick. Every time Takumi landed a kick, they were like, "Oh, damn!" And it wasn't just the Fuwa-chan connection; it was also Hazuki, as you said.
Mm-hmm.
We need a singles match between Suri and Hazuki.
Yes, absolutely.
It's just a banger waiting to happen. They click. They have really good chemistry with each other. And they have not wrestled each other very much. I think the first time they wrestled each other was when Hazuki was Tiet Leko, right? During the Goddess Tag League? Something like that?
Probably, yeah.
I don't think they've had a singles match ever, at least. But yeah.
No, I wouldn't know when that would have been, so yeah.
Yeah. And then Fuwa-chan got the level 0 finish, which is the diving foot stomp. So there you go.
No, that's level 1.
That's level
0 is a form.
Yeah, yeah, maybe. You're right.
Come on, that's level 1. Diving foot stomp is pretty sick.
Yeah, okay.
Honestly.
That's level 1.
Yeah. I thought one thing was very fun when Fuwa-chan actually got the octopus on Suri, which is a Suri move. It's probably because Suri taught it to her, but also like I thought you're using a Suri move on Suri, you're so fucking dead. And she was very much dead after this. So yeah, that popped me a bit.
I love how much aggression she had after the bell as well, like getting into the face of Suri and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was very good.
Yeah.
And so in the post match, Hazuki said she wants to run FWC versus Spark Rush.
Oh hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
Let's do it immediately.
After that, in my notes, I have hell yeah, and then you verbalized it. It's like you're reading them. She also confirmed that Koguma is injured, which I didn't know, so maybe I'm oblivious.
I suspected.
I just thought she was taking a break, but apparently she's injured. So I guess that's how easy it is to miss things when you're not on social media. And Fuwa-chan makes a funny point that only in pro wrestling can you beat up your mentors and everyone cheers it on gloriously. Because she's referring to Suri as her mentor. She says that in the entertainment world, if you insult a senior, you're done. So that was kind of funny. Mm-hmm. And Hazuki pointed out that Senka was a second at ringside, which I did not notice because I'm blind.
Oh, I didn't notice that either.
Yeah, Fuwa-chan said, I saw Senka loud and clear. Senka-san, we're fellow rookies who debuted around the same time. I mean, I think it was like a year difference, but sure. And she's someone I have a real eye on. She was there as a second today, and she saw me lose. She saw me at my worst. She might be looking down on me, but just you watch. I'm not nearly done yet, and I've got you firmly in my sights, ready to destroy you. Mm-hmm. I could see you properly once I took my colour contacts out in the second half. I will crush you. Stand there and tremble. And then Hazuki just says, okay. So, yeah. But obviously they're facing each other in a 6-woman tag on this Suri show on the 22nd of March. So.
Awesome. Yeah, that's gonna be sick. Do we have any of the X's yet? No, right?
No, I mean, I haven't seen it.
All right. At one point, Takumi had Fuwa-chan in a Boston Crab, and Suri just stood in front of her and just stepped on Fuwa-chan's hands while Fuwa-chan was trying to reach out to the rope. That was a fucking bully-ass move. That was, I think, the loudest the crowd booed her at the whole match. That was...
It was so good
from Suri, though. No, that was Suri who stood on her hands.
Suri stood on her hand.
Yeah. That was just funny. I thought that was a very funny bully move. Also, Takumi did her awesome double move. When she has one in Indian Deathlock and then does a German suplex with the other or whatever. And then
that popped the crowd.
Suri jumped over to make it like a quadruple pin or whatever.
The jackknife.
It was awesome. Yeah, the jackknife. Just a really awesome match. Just delivered everything we wanted from this match. At least I think I was fully satisfied by this one. I didn't leave disappointed whatsoever. When this was announced, this was what I expected, and it was great. Right, shall we move on?
Yes.
8 men in the ring next with stars Hanan Momokogo, Saya Ida, and Yuri Hime defeating Neo Genesis, Azumi Mei Sarah, Miyu Hamasaki, and Starlight Kid. I was surprised. I must have missed this in the previews that Saya Ida is back already from her. She had a metal plate in her left hand, I think, that she got taken out. Like she had it in there for the past year. She had a big like wrist injury at the start of last year, and she had a metal plate put in. And she said she's gonna be gone for a while to have it taken out and then like recover from this. But she was barely out for like, what was it, 4 weeks maybe?
Yeah, I think it was even less than, well, when was it? Was it Osaka, the 7th?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so like 3 or 4 weeks, yeah.
I expected her to be out for longer. She still had it bandaged up, so I was like, I hope she's not like rushing back too soon. She looked fine here though. Right, she looked fine enough to actually get the pin from a big lariat on Miyu Hamasaki.
Yeah, I think this was just to give Saeed a win, I guess, because she just returned. And Miyu Hamasaki is the designated Neo Gen pin eater, so even though she was picking up some wins recently, which we said, she was the only one to take the pinner, so there you go.
I feel like they're trying to keep her on somewhat of a level. So she always banks like always banks like 5 victories or whatever over some rookies to just go back to being a pin eater for the next 3 weeks, and then it starts again.
See
with a couple of victories. Yeah. But she's getting better. I keep noticing.
I was going to say on the house show, better. Like Miyu. Oh, I actually have it on this match. Miyu is just good now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like, she is just good. It's been ages, I guess, since I've watched her and thought, oh, that didn't look good. Like I haven't thought about that in a long time. Like maybe like 6 months or something. I don't know. So yeah, no, she's just good.
On the other hand, I have to say this because I was glazing Hanan last week a lot for how crisp and awesome I thought she looked on those house shows. She was kind of missing in this match for me. Like everything I praised her for last week was kind of missing for me this week. Like her crisp offense and everything I saw wasn't really here. She kind of looked a bit unmotivated again on this one. So I don't know. I was also surprised that she didn't get the pin, but I guess it's cool to give the returning Ida the pin, so it makes sense.
I don't know if anyone remembers. Maika pinned Saya Kamitani, right, when she returned? Is that not something that happened? Am I going crazy?
She did, yeah.
Yeah. They just like giving wins to people who are coming back and they don't care who they have to pin.
Yeah. No. I'm still thinking about the Maika thing. I really do think it's still a possibility that they're still going with it, even if it doesn't really make sense.
At Yokohama. That would be insanity.
I don't know. Maybe they think it's all right. I don't. I have no idea what they're doing.
For me, I would criticize that because they're not treating it.
Yeah, no,
they're not treating it as something that you need to treat something if you want to draw like 7.5k plus. Because why would you want to do less than last year, right? You're trying to do a Tokyo Dome, so your goal is to surpass that. You can't surpass that with a Maika filler defense. It's just not happening.
I agree.
We have to believe, Tim. Keep strong.
We have to see what they're doing.
Yeah, they're cooking something.
Yeah, it's such a weird thing to just not have.
It's awesome.
Really
I like it
at all. I like it too. Yeah. But I'm also kind of getting like giddy.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to find out. Yeah. So we're gonna find out in Cinderella. I think once the Cinderella is over, we will know
for sure. I heard another theory lately that they are actually going to, that Saya Kamitani is going to cost Sayaka Kurara the Cinderella in some way.
I mean, we'll talk about Cinderella predictions at the end of this section, but that is one of them. Okay. No, I agree with that one. Yeah.
Okay. Let's keep it for then. I didn't know we will do those. Oh, it's in the agenda. I should have read that. I guess.
Yeah, that's
maybe.
Okay. You and agendas. That's okay.
All right. Up next, we had one of the more hyped matches on the show. one of the two title matches, I should maybe say. It was the Future of Stardom title match between Hanako and Akira Kurogane, which we talked about earlier. There was built quite a lot. Do you want to go over this one first?
Yes. So, I thought it was a good match, but like I said earlier, I couldn't point it out compared to their other two matches. I think this is probably just like the ceiling of the match they can have with each other at this point in their careers. Mm-hmm. I thought it was really good still. For example, like Akira spitting in Hanako's face with the water, and then Hanako just fucking poured the entire water bottle down onto Akira. That was awesome. And I kind of thought that Akira was just like stepping up a level here in terms of like her expressiveness. So she had the smile on her face when she had the cross face on Hanako. So this made me like have a bit of an existential crisis about time travel. I kind of thought, I kind of hate that I got into wrestling right now and time travel doesn't exist, because I would love to like port 5 or 10 years in the future and see these people and how they turn out. Like, I'm so impatient. Mm-hmm. I just want to see, what does Akira look like in 5 or 10 years? So
yeah, it's crazy.
Because she was just so great with her expressiveness in this match and her selling. So yeah, I do think she needs to move away from drop kicks for her offense. I think it's been over a year now, and she's she's more capable than just spamming drop kicks. I kind of want to see her put out some new moves and take her development to the next level. She's now in a semi-main event at Korakuen. She's getting chance from the audience. Just let her rip, right? Let her rip, see where it goes. I really like the knee strike she did, so that's like a good step. And yeah, I did not know that future title matches were 15-minute time limits until I heard the announcers doing the countdowns. so
yes.
Yeah. But the last minute was so good. Like Akira's fighting spirit, and her fighting spirit wasn't done in a goofy way. Like I said, she's just really good at getting across like her emotions in a sincere or earnest way, I guess is the way I can put it. So, and I guess the way to cap it off is I love that they didn't do a time limit draw, because Hanako just dispatched her with the JP coaster. So really good match. Yes. But I left it being way more impressed with Akira, because I already know Hanako is good now. I've gotten over that point, right? I think like 5 months ago or something, whenever it was, when she was having that series of Ai Sakura, the New Blood tag belts, that's when I was like, okay, Hanako's good now. So this is kind of what I expected from Hanako, but this was another level up for Akira.
Yes. And wouldn't you know it, I have the basically exact same notes.
Wow, interesting. Wow, it's almost like we have the same wrestling brain.
Yes. Like just all caps, Akira is so expressive, and
yes,
it's crazy. Like she has, like every time there's a close up from the camera in like Akira's face, it's just perfect. Like she has the exact perfect expression on her face, like whether it's like just exhaustion or frustration, anger. She has like this range of like, I don't know, just the way she conveys the match just with her face is incredible.
And I think the Goddess Tag League helped a lot. Her run with Vizela, because I feel like before that she would be expressive, but it was more like one tone, like sort of like brooding, angry, sort of vibes. After that, I feel like she's now able to display a much larger range of emotions that has helped her a lot.
That's true. So I kind of expected this outcome. I think Rana Yagami is going to be the next to get the future title. We discussed this like a couple episodes ago from the Shupro article, where they basically prophesized that Rana is going to be the next future champion. And it made a lot of sense. So I'm behind this theory as well. So I didn't think Akira was going to win here.
No.
Particularly, but they did work me at the start, because I always study the faces. And Hanako had such a fucking boo-boo face.
I've never believed in that.
No, they just trick me now all the time. I shouldn't. I think it's outside of the US, you can't really work with boo-boo face. They just do it on purpose. Because like Akira looked so giddy before the bell rang, and Hanako looked so sad that I thought, oh my god, are they actually going to put the title on Akira? But yeah, they tricked me once again. And I also like, they had a very, very hot start, just slapping each other in the face. And at some point the cameraman tripped. That was very funny. It looked like exactly like, the cam in in like GTA or whatever, when when it goes up when you're wasted. The cameraman was wasted. Or when you die, essentially. It always says wasted. That's exactly what it looked like. That popped me. Anyway, but like halfway through the match, I was thinking, how are they gonna work this? Because like the size difference is just so massive between them. If Akira really should win, they would have to perform a small miracle. I know Starlight Kid did it last year and it worked perfectly. And she's not bigger than Akira, I don't think.
And that was before Hanako was good, that Starlight match.
Oh yeah. I mean, Starlight Kid is just one of the greatest workers in the world, and Akira is not yet, so I didn't expect the same thing here. And yeah, in the end, she didn't overcome, but I was really like looking forward to see how they would eventually do it if Akira beats her. Didn't come true. Maybe at a later point in their careers. But
and then the post match. So I thought it was super sweet. So I actually just got the promo here, so I'm going to read it because I thought it was really cute. So Hanako said, "I've successfully defended the future title for the third time. Akira, you are something else. That bloody hurt. We've been going at it since the start of the year, haven't we? Same age. Getting to fight someone like you was a blast. You're the best. When we had that singles match at New Blood, I thought I might never get to defend the future against you again. But the reason we got to do this today is because I could see your determination. This is all down to you. Thank you." And then Akira was in tears at this point. They were so close up to each other, I literally thought they were going to kiss. There was like that energy about it. It was so crazy.
You never know with Hanako either. Right?
You know, that's why I was like, there was so much energy between them. And then Akira's like, "Hanako-san, thank you so much. You're bigger than anyone, but you're kinder than anyone too. You always look out for me. I know that. That's exactly why I wanted this future match so bad. I wanted to take it from you. Today I was planning to be the one to throw you around, hurl you everywhere, show you the glittering ceiling of this Korakuen Hall. But instead, it was you holding that glittering belt who showed me that shining ceiling. And I was genuinely happy about that. The fact that you faced me with real resolve and gave everything that you had, that truly made me happy. Thank you so much. Hey, but I'm not done yet. I've still got plenty of fight left, so please let's do this again." And then Hanako was like, "Alright, so with that, my future defense record has under a month left on it now. So whether Akira comes to challenge me in that time again, I'll look forward to finding that out. The Cinderella tournament is starting. Apparently quite a few participants are eligible for this future title as well. So if any of them end up facing me, I will put my future title on the line. That would make things interesting, wouldn't it? Don't you think? Hey, what do you reckon, Korakuen? So I don't know who's coming, but Cinderella tournament and my future defense road over this final month, the lot of you had better be looking forward to it." So kind of sounds like she's putting her future title on the line in every match.
Yeah, that's kind of
I love that gimmick. It makes sense to me when people do it. It means she can lose the title before her eligibility runs out, and she just has to vacate it, which would be boring. So
absolutely, no, I agree. That's awesome.
And final thing is, she did say backstage she has not forgot what Cerise said to her in Kobe during the 5-star, and she wants to be on Cerise's anniversary card. So
yeah, maybe she's one of the exes then.
Maybe. That's probably it.
Oh, cool, I guess. Main event. Konami, the Wonder of Stardom title, was on the line. She defeated Hina in the end, which is kind of what we expected, right?
Yeah, I mean, there was like zero chance.
There was basically zero chance. I do have to say, though, I did spoil myself because I'm an idiot. I went into Discords and just didn't pay attention to what I was doing. So I did know. I think this match was great, right? I have two thoughts on it. I think it would have maybe hit harder if I wasn't spoiled, because they did have some incredible near falls towards the end. But overall, I did also think, judging from the preview matches they had, that they might even get to an even higher level. So this wasn't, I think this maybe wasn't even the best they can do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, same wrestling brain, right? So, like, I thought this match kind of only picked up once they got to there was a significant turning point. It was like a rear naked choke, and that was like after 15 minutes. So already the first 10 to 15 minutes, I felt were kind of weak actually in comparison to my expectations. Like, it was still fine. I'm not saying it was bad, but it was definitely just average. And then once it got to the rear naked choke, after that, the finishing stretch was really strong.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. I don't have many notes for the start too, now that you mentioned it.
Exactly. Like, until Konami did, like, the fucking cracking diving head kick, that was the first note I wrote down, and I think that was 10 minutes in.
Yeah. I think also a pivotal moment was when Hina went for the frog splash and missed, and she just kind of splat on the mat. That was kind of brutal, and then Konami got her into the wrist lock for the first time. But that was when Hina still had enough energy to like do her leg roll-up counter, which she learned a couple of days before on the house show. I don't know if she did that before, by the way. Maybe I just made it up that she learned it on that house show, but she definitely had this counter prepared. And yeah, this was how she got out of it most of the time. There was the frog splash and the jackhammer, which were both kicked out. I kind of wish, like, Hina's jackhammer looks so sick, right? I kind of wish that would just get the pin every time. And
I mean, she's got so many moves that look sick, though. The half Nelson suplex, she did a sick magic screw. The jackhammer obviously got a huge pop, but she's got so many good moves.
Yeah. I kind of wish if she doesn't win, she shouldn't just do it, but I mean, it's fair. Someone kicking out of it once every while. I was just thinking, like, Goldberg never had anyone kick out of the jackhammer, right? Did he? I don't know.
And we should aspire to be like Goldberg. We want all our wrestlers to be like Goldberg. Yeah.
Oh my god. Absolutely, yeah. No, absolutely not. That rear naked choke was insane though. Hina looked like really she was absolutely dead, yeah. Her foot just kind of fell on the rope in some way. Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah. And not only that, it was just from that point on, why I called it a pivotal point is because her selling after that point to the end of the match was fucking great. Like, she sold like she died as a result of the rear naked choke. That made sense because Konami's been finishing fools left and right with this rear naked choke, right? Like, this has been one of her most protected finisher. Like, she choked out Starlight Kid, she choked out Hanan. Like, she has gotten huge scalps with this move. So the fact that her foot just barely touched the rope and she was out of it for the rest of the match, like, I think the only thing she got after that was like the Ghetto Clutch, which was one of the best near falls I've seen probably this year because I wasn't spoiled.
It was crazy as fuck.
I kind of bit on that. I
think I still bit on it. It was such a late kick out. It was literally like
not just late though. I feel like it's perfect, right? It
absolutely,
It was as late as you possibly could do it. And then Hina dodged a pun kick, which was good. You know, that was foreshadowing from the last show, and. I'm kind of surprised that she didn't finish Hina with the chokehold in the end, right? Because I think she finished her off with a triangle lancer, but yeah.
Yes, but I thought that looked sick. Like, she kind of flipped her over in the triangle lancer. I don't know if she's done that before, but it looked like... It's not the most brutal looking hold in the world because she basically bends the arm it's supposed to go, but I think the main pressure point is supposed to be the wrist, so the elbow bending doesn't even have to do anything with it. The way she kind of flipped her over in it this time looked like even like the elbow clutcher and just looked like she was gonna rip her shoulder out of the socket at any point. So that looked fucking sick, I thought, the finish itself. And yeah, Hina just kept like collapsing during the end, and she had one like fighting spirit spot, but immediately ran into two more kicks from Konami, which was kind of
just really good.
It was really good. Yeah, Hina is excellent. She's the real deal for the future. Her and her sister. So these two are gonna be unstoppable.
This was a good match, but I don't think it hit that next level just because of the first 10-15 minutes. That's basically it. So I think they just worked it a bit too slow, and it just didn't really click, and the crowd were a bit out of it. So just all of that combined. But last 5 minutes or whatever, amazing.
Yes, and I do feel like it could be sooner rather than later that these two, like Hina and Rina, they are firmly on the white belt level now, right? I think,
of course.
I think they could push them sooner than later into like really like the big spots here. I think they're ready.
But there's only one white belt, so that's
yes, that's gonna be on their.
There's a lot of wrestlers that are white belt ready, I guess is my point.
That's very true. Absolutely.
Then
but I mean, like, they might just... I mean, Rina already went to the semifinals of the 5-star. I'm sorry for interrupting you.
Okay. Yeah, she did go to the semifinals. Yeah, so what's next?
Yes, they might just go really far this year, one of them.
Like
Maybe
one
Rina
step
again,
further?
maybe Hina this time, maybe the finals, maybe the winner, who knows? I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I wouldn't even mind if they use the 5-star just for a filler defense as well. For like a red, because I feel like it's really hard to get people on red belt level. That's kind of where I feel like there's less people that are like, oh, I see this person as a red belt challenger. And I feel like one of the ways you get there is just having people challenge for it, I guess, and see what the fan support is. So I don't mind someone winning a 5-star just to get a red belt match, if it means people will see them on that level going forward.
Absolutely. So, you wanted to talk about the post-match, and I cut you off 11 times. So
No, that's okay. It's not even that good. So
I don't have anything written down for it either, so let's see.
Okay. So, Konami was basically like, damn, I've defended the Wonder title for the 4th time. Huh. You know what, Hina? You're actually pretty decent. Even better than I thought. Huh. This was your first time challenging for the Wonder title, wasn't it? Yeah. Crazy. Well, Hina, how did it feel challenging for the first time? And then Konami throws the microphone at Hina to respond. Hina slowly picks it up. And then before Hina has a chance to respond, Konami just fucking boots her in the face and sprays her in the face with black paint. And then she rubs Hina's portrait on her spray painted face to add to her Pokédex, because, you know, this is her catching Pokemon. So, you know, she sees Pokemon, but she doesn't catch them until she beats them in a white belt match and then shoves the portrait in the face. And then Konami was like, lol, there's no way I'm letting someone I just destroyed get on the mic. You're useless to me. Go home with your dumb, precious friends. And then she turns to the crowd. She's like, well, I just added one more challenger's portrait to my collection. You know, I have a dream.
Oh my god.
I have a dream to collect all of these. I actually want to create a tear-off calendar at the end of the year with all of the challengers' portraits. Not bad, huh? Another page was added to it today. Yeah, a calendar. Something to really look forward to. All right, let's wrap this up. and then they just do the blah blah. Hate is the best. Baby faces suck. Welcome to the end.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
I got it. It got me so much when she was like being so like sincere. Like, well, you know, like how did it feel challenging? And then she just boots her in the face.
I forgot that she kicked her in the face again. I should have written that down. That's so fucking good.
After being so nice to her.
Yes.
Oh god, she just sucked her in. All right, well, that's the Korakuen. And we're over 2 hours in, Tim.
We are? Oh my
we
God.
do this every single time.
You don't have to worry, though. I can cut this down to like 30 minutes probably in editing, you know? It's a wonder of the, what
we talk
technology
about
can do
Stardom
today.
a lot. All right, should we do this Kariya VOD review?
Yeah, we can go through this quickly, I think. I didn't even watch the full show. Should
I do it then?
I mean, I can go through it. It was singles match. It was
I need to say something. Yeah, I need to say the attendance. The attendance
Kariya,
is crazy.
Aichi.
Yeah, Kariya, Aichi. Yes, and I haven't seen anyone talk about it. Okay, this was a record number at the venue. It beat the last one by 11%. And to be honest, the last number was already good. It already had 678 for a house show. So the last number was already good, the last record. The fact that this did even more than that is crazy, with no Saya Kamitani on the card. Not only that, it was super no vacancy. Like a super full house with no more tickets sold at the door. Like full. If you see the VOD, you can see there's not a seat left. They don't do standing room in that venue. Otherwise, they absolutely would have sold standing room. And this is outside of Tokyo, by the way. So this is why I want to tie it back to what I said earlier, right? To strengthen regional attendances, just use the 5-star, right? This is the year to do that. Fucking hold the 5-star semifinals in Osaka. I don't care. Like, book Osaka Joe Hall. I don't know. Just do something crazy. Not necessarily that, just something of that level. I think that's how they get to the dome. Hot promotion.
Yes. It's Aichi. It's like the
Aichi.
Pro wrestling prefecture, right?
Sure. Maybe. I know Dragon Gate's had big shows there.
I just think that some of the greatest pro wrestlers ever are from Aichi.
Yeah, that's possible, yeah.
Okada is from Aichi, Tam Nakano is from Aichi, Saika Kurara is from Aichi.
Drink.
I don't think Kurara is from... I'm pretty sure Kurara is from Aichi as well.
Yeah, she is. Toya something, yeah.
Not from the city, yeah,
Toyohashi,
but I think it would have made a bigger deal out of her. if she was from this city specifically, but from the prefecture at least. So we started with a nice little singles match between the two Cosmic Angels, Yuna Mitsumori and Ane Kanaya. They went about 11 minutes before Yuna beat her. What?
No, it's fine. She is a Cosmic Angel. I thought that Yuna Mizumori has the best sliding lariat in the game. That's what I want to say.
Oh, damn. That's high praise.
Her sliding lariat is fucking sick. The sound it makes every
No, it's
time.
true. Yeah, she kind of gets like, I don't know, does she do like a thigh slap or whatever?
I have no fucking idea.
But it doesn't really sound like a thigh slap.
I don't
it
think
really
it
sounds
is.
like she's just rocking people so hard that
Exactly.
it makes a thud more than a slap.
It's
right?
awesome. So I just wanted to point that out.
How do you do that with the sliding?
Do you know if Anakinaya does a Momo latch? Momoe?
Oh, we talked about this before, right?
I just don't know if it's the same move. I still don't know. If someone knows, please let me know. But she was going for that in this match, and then Yuna Mizumori just turned it into a facebuster and won. So
that was the finish, actually. Yeah, that was really funny.
Solid match.
Yeah. Solid match. Was fun. The tropical girls going against each other. Anne's selling is just stood out to me again. She's very good at selling.
Yeah.
Already. And yeah, just cool. Fun vibes.
Skip the next match. Don't even talk about it.
Skip the next match. Husky, Soriano, and Waka. They gave Waka a lot in this.
Dude, she did the most terrible uppercut ever. And Saori sold it like death. And I don't know if it's like a gimmick. You know, like Run Maru has like her telekinesis. I don't know if like that's the same gimmick that Waka's doing here.
I don't know.
Yeah.
She at one point had Saori and Husky both in the ropes and did like attacks into the ropes. I don't even know what she does. Is it supposed to be a hip attack? Is it supposed to be a knee? She just jumps on them basically.
Yeah, like a hyperactive toddler, basically.
And then she double pinned Saori and Husky and got a 2 count on it. And I was just sitting there like, what am I watching, bro? But it was most probably on purpose to just fool around a little bit on the house show. Give Waka most of the match against Saori, Anu, and fucking Husky, of course. So Husky rolled up in the end to win. Saori once again failed, so I feel like there's something brewing too.
There's nothing brewing. They're just not doing anything.
Probably not. But it's so weird to me how much Saori Anu is just failing lately and losing and not.
I don't think it's a story.
Okay, whatever. Up next, we had a tag team match between Mibida Loka, Akira Kurogane, and Rina Yamashita. They beat the O2 line, Azumi and Miya Masaki, which was kind of surprising to me, honestly. I thought O2 line got this, but I wasn't like, it was good. I liked it.
I thought this match was great.
Yes, it was a lot of fun.
I've done a thing on house shows where I've started staring at Taro Okada during matches. He fucking loved this.
Oh,
you
okay.
know the spot where Azumi was like kicking Yamashita in the head and she was like fighting spirit and no selling it. Well, not no selling, just fighting spirit. Like doing the Matrix thing. Okada was loving every second of it. And then he was cracking up at Azumi trying to repeat the spot. And then she failed and fell on her back. And he was like, he literally cracked up. And then he was like nodding his head when Azumi was doing the La Mystica. He was fucking into this match.
Mm-hmm.
And it was great.
Awesome. Yeah.
Also, Miya Masaki looks good as well.
Yes, absolutely. It's just Neo Genesis, right? They just can't have bad matches.
Well,
It's impossible.
I think Rina Yamashita is also...
Oh, yeah.
She's been insane in Stardom. I get people just wanting to see the Stardom roster, but I feel like Itsuki and Rina Yamashita have been standouts. And they're not working half speed. They're like working almost as hard as I see them work anywhere else. They're like treating this as if it's like every match is a title match.
Yes, absolutely. And her B driver looked good. It looked very safe, but still like a B driver. Sick, but way safer this time than a couple of the last ones.
Well, only because Miyu tucked her head in. I saw it this time.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah, Miyu had like a lot of room to tuck in this time.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And that was the finish. Looked sick. Yeah, I was going to talk about a similar thing maybe, I don't know if you really touched on it, but a lot of people were like skeptical of Rina coming in, right? Into Stardom because they touched her from, yeah. I feel similar, honestly, about Maki Ito after I watched the next match. It was a tag team match for Kiki Furusawa and Maki Ito. They defeated the Cosmic Angels, Natsupoi and Rian.
I did not give a fuck about this, so you can talk about it.
Oh, really? I kind of really
went
liked
so long. It was like a 10-minute plus Maki Ito and Rian singles match.
12 minutes. Yeah, I kind of feel like a lot of people said like Maki Ito has no chance to like keep up in Stardom.
No,
and I don't think
fine.
it's true. She's
fine, but she's not outstanding.
No, she's not outstanding. But I feel like there's like Stardom has an insanely high level, right? Especially at the top and even at the bottom. Like not at the very bottom, maybe like not Momokogo level or whatever. We talked about it before, but that doesn't mean that someone like Maki Ito who has a good understanding of how to carry herself in a match, can't basically keep up or is gonna have like terrible matches every time out in Stardom. She just has to basically like, in a way, keep up with the speed, keep up with some of the moves, and she doesn't have to do it. Like, she does some pretty good stuff, and I think she's just been underestimated maybe when she came in. I think she's perfectly fine for this level in Stardom, and her work is better than a lot of people give her credit for. And that's basically my main point about this match. No, my main point actually about this match is that this was where I realized that Rian might as well join Cosmic Angels as well. And I don't think I would have a problem with it. I think Natsupoi and Rian have like the exact same goblin energy in a way. And Natsupoi feels way more like a mentor for Rian. Like they had some awesome singles matches in the past, right? I feel like Natsupoi would fit way better as a mentor for Rian than Maika ever did. So I think it would be a pretty good fit actually for Rian in Cosmic Angels, and just as like Natsupoi's little gremlin disciple or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this was basically the gremlins against the trolls, and the trolls won in the end. With Maki did an insane like double foot stomp into Rian's face. I don't know. That looked quite crazy actually, and then put her in the cloverleaf to tap her out. Right. Next up, we had Hate. Konami, Natsuko, Rina, and Raka. Once again, they defeated the Cosmic Angels, Aya Sakura and Sayaka Kurara, who teamed with Hanako and Rana Yagami. Which is a pretty fun team, actually. Aya Sakura and Rana. They would fit together.
This was a great match once again, and like you said earlier, it was Rina and Aya Sakura had it was like a mini singles match in here, and it kind of made me thought that they were going to have an important match down the future, either in the Cinderella or whatever.
Right. Yes.
As a singles match, it's just something is brewing there, because
Absolutely. No.
Apart from that, I thought there was a sick dropkick from Sayaka that took Rina's head off. It was awesome.
Oh, I know the one you mean. Yeah. When she was actually fighting Aya and Sayaka just ran in and kicked her out of nowhere. Yeah.
So you can see why Sayaka treats her dropkick as special, like what she mentioned in her blog.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I thought it was a good match as well. A lot more focus on Aya Sakura. I kind of expected them to take Sayaka Kurara apart again, but they focused on Aya more, and Aya ate the pin in the end, so that's fine too. Hate dominating Cosmic Angels is just the theme right now.
Yep.
Cool. You got anything more?
No.
All right. Up next, we had the main event, which I didn't have enough time to watch. I'm sorry, everyone. It was Stars. Hanan, Momokogo, Sayaida, Yuria, Hime. They defeated God's Eye, Ami Sourei, Hina, Kyoka, Kotatsu, and Lady C in about 12 minutes. Did you watch this?
Yeah, I just don't know why I did. I got no clue why this was the main event. Like, none of them are from Aichi. It was Stars versus the God's Eye B Squad. And, Kyoka, Lady C, Momo, Yuria in the main event. I don't know. I think it was just like, let these people get over and use a house show to do so, which is fine. But this was like a record number at the building. So I thought they would want people leaving potentially new audiences with maybe Sayaka or Sakura in the main event against the top heel team. That kind of made sense to be the main event over this one. But whatever. It's just a house show, so who really cares? I also, Stars won, so I'm guessing it's just Stars have been taking L after L, so they needed a W. I think that's probably all this was.
Yeah, maybe. That's true. I mean, they won the day before too, and Saya Ida got the pin right, but other than that. Not the day before, the Korakuen.
That was the day before.
It was the day before. Anyway, Stardom not only fucked us over by releasing this today, so we had to rush home and watch it. They also fucked us over by doing the Cinderella press conference tomorrow, which means we do not have the brackets yet at the time of this recording. So we wanted to do quick predictions for the Cinderella tournament, but this makes it infinitely harder, of course. So I don't know. How do you want to do this?
I literally think we just talk about who's winning, just literally say who you think is going to win, and we can be hilariously wrong because when the brackets come out. But you know, what can we do? We don't have brackets. So I will just stick with my prediction that I think Sayaka will win again. I just don't know how they escalate the story to do something big with Sayaka and Saya. If, like, I guess, like you said earlier, Saya could just cost Sayaka, but then who's winning the Cinderella and what they're doing with it? I don't really know. So I think that's my number one. I guess Hanan being a repeat winner is probably one of my second options, just to set up the white belt match. I wouldn't put it past them to do that. And then lastly, I can also see Ai Sakura winning, just to set up a third and final bout with BMI 2000 that they actually win. So I just think basically what I'm thinking is the Wish should be used to set up a big match at All-Star Grand Queendom. I think that is the best use of the Cinderella tournament. So I don't want it to be used for like Maki Ito winning and then using her Wish to like divert Bushy Road funding to give the Respect Army some new merch or something. Like, I just feel like you can do other funny storylines without using the Cinderella Wish.
But maybe Maki Ito would do something really funny with dress and stuff, you know?
Yeah, awesome.
Cinderella dress. Wouldn't that
Epic.
be worth it?
Yeah. I mean, the Cinderella, I just feel like it's always a month or so before your biggest show of the year.
What if Maki Ito challenges Saya Kamitani? We haven't even taken this into account yet, this possibility.
And if you know, like in AEW, like they have the Owen Hart tournament, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what it feels like the Cinderella should be. And if you look at who's in it this year, like Sariano and stuff.
Yeah.
Dunno? Maybe.
Yeah, I've kind of talked about this last week. I have no earthly idea who should or who could win. I think if I had to put my money right now, it would be Hanan to set up the Konami
that makes
match.
sense to me.
At the same time, we also said it last week, she wouldn't need that. She has enough of an issue with Konami to have the match set up already, essentially.
So who the fuck's winning?
So Maki Ito, right? She has a singles pay-per-view. She has 100% win record, I think, on pay-per-view. Nice. I don't know.
All right, lock something in. I'm locking in Sayaka.
All right, I'm locking in Hanan then.
All right. The most boring picks.
You know, if they wanted, they could do Natsupoi and Saya rematch. Would that be something for us?
Oh man, I wouldn't care about that. I like Natsupoi.
Really, right.
I just, yeah, not on this.
She has been losing too much too.
She's doing nothing right now. She's literally just chilling.
Yeah, absolutely. Soriano too. So
I would rather have Sayaka Kurara in the main event of Yokohama right now than Natsupoi. Or Sariano.
Yeah, that's fair. I think. Okay. Shall we move on?
Yes. So just quickly, CMLL preview, because, Micah and May Sarah and Starlight Kid are on the shows. So they did a show, I think yesterday. It was Candela and Metallica versus May Sarah and Starlight Kid. And it was Micah versus Olympia. So that is on a VOD. So that will come out in like a week plus or something. And then they're in Guadalajara for free. I think that will be on the CMLL YouTube at some point. I think that's normally Tuesdays. Today's a Tuesday, right? Yeah. So I think it should be tonight. But maybe they upload it later. So maybe in a couple of days. But they are normally for free on the YouTube. La Catalina, Stanley, and Olympia versus Micah, May Sarah, and Starlight Kid. And then on Friday, that's the big CMLL women's only show. So you can watch it on the CMLL YouTube for a fat £22 sub, or do what most people do. I actually have a £29 sub. I don't actually know why. And
damn.
Yeah, so then there's Dark Silhouette versus Micah, Mina Shirakawa versus Zeuxis, Megan Bain versus Olympia, La Yarohita y Jubia versus May Sarah and Starlight Kid, and then Mercedes Monet versus Persephone, which will be great.
Absolutely. Sounds good. We're going to watch and review this next week.
Yes.
So, up next, we go to Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. They had 3 shows, 3 VODs that got released, essentially. I only watched 1.5 of those, so I think the Kobe VOD was just, it's been a long time ago. It's been on the 21st of February.
Yeah, it was released like the day after, I think, or the day of our last recording, something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The only notable thing was like, it was Daisy Monkey versus Mirai and Toga. So it was like the first and last preview match between them before Grand Princess 26. So I think I just kind of wanted to say that Suzume was really compelling. She's like a really compelling wrestler. I know everyone knows that. But like, in the sense that you don't feel like any of her spots are rehearsed. So she comes off as like another of those wrestlers that you can get sucked into watching because, there's no spots or hiccups. Like everything's fluid. And that's probably Daisy Monkey in general, to be honest. So yeah, it was a fun preview tag. And Suzume said she wanted to beat Mirai to then defend the International Princess title against Arisu Endo. So that would be pretty cool if they did do that.
Yep, sounds good. Anything else on the show, or
nah, not
should
really.
we just move on?
Okayama.
Okayama, Mirai Hall. That's what the venue is called. Mirai wasn't involved.
No.
Or was she? No.
No. Sure.
We started off with a singles match between Himawari and Shion Kansai, the new rookie, which was pretty fun, pretty okay. I like that all the rookies for some reason are trying so hard to bring back the sleeper hold as like a serious threat. They're watching their Konami tapes, I think. But Himawari won in the end with a single leg Boston crab.
Himawari is great. And
Himawari is awesome.
She needs more love. I love her character. I love her wrestling style. And I hope she can get some singles title shots in the upcoming year. I thought she did good in this match with the rookie.
Absolutely, yeah. She's one of, those wrestlers that I really like, just for her vibes and just for her energy. She's awesome. Just fun to watch. After that, we had another kind
I
of
got no notes
match.
until the Miyu Yuki Arai match after this.
You have no notes on the Raku vs. Ren Konatsu match?
No, I got nothing. So you can recap it if you want.
They actually did wrestle for a bit, which is a rare sight to see in a Raku match, I think. Raku won with the wrestling match too, with the swinging neckbreaker. So this was actually like more serious wrestling in like nothing happening match than I expected from this one. But it was kind of funny how she actually did like a swinging neckbreaker and pinned Ren Konatsu. Not what I'm used to. Either way, up next we had another singles match. You had nothing on Wakano Ehara and Chika Nanase either?
No.
Yeah. I was really hoping that Wakana brought me back. Because you kind of sucked me into the Wakana hate zone.
Yeah.
Which I don't like to be there. I liked Wakana for a while. I thought she had a great performances a couple of years ago, but it's just like her connection and her push kind of turned me off a bit.
Was she good? I don't think I watched
I was
that match.
about to say something really wrong.
Okay. What are you going to say?
Nothing. She...
Okay, all right. I don't know.
You can guess. Guess in
Yeah,
the Social Suplex Joshi'ing Around channel what I was gonna say. No, but this wasn't really the match where she turned it around for me. It was fine. It was better. I like her better as a singles wrestler. I think she definitely should go back to being a singles wrestler. I liked it a lot more than when she teams with Yuki Kamifuku. And she needs to change her finisher. Like, that just looks messy and convoluted and not great. Yeah, she's fine otherwise. I think it's mainly her role in the tag team and her finisher that she needs to change. Either way. Next up, we had Sarah Phoenix defeating Pom Harajuku. Do you want to take this one?
Then next up, we had Kira Summer, Miyu Watanabe, and Rika Tatsumi versus Mifu Ishida, Toga, and Yuki Arai.
No. We had Mahiro Kiryu.
Oh, this is torture.
Aren't we here to review this? Suzume was so good in this match, okay? She was really, really good. I just wanted to mention that. I think Suzume and Shino Suzuki are the future of Tokyo Joshi Pro. That's what I'm declaring from this match.
Shino Suzuki? You're Shino Suzuki fan?
You don't like Shino?
I do like her. I didn't know you were that high on her.
I think she had like some exchanges with Suzume where I just thought these two could have like a banger fucking Princess of Princess title match in 2 years or whatever.
Oh, interesting. So, cool.
Or 3 years. Let's see. Suzume won with a ringer bell. In the main event, we had Mifu Ashida. No, this wasn't even the main event. In the semi-main event, we had Mifu Ashida, Toga, and Yuki Arai. They defeated Hakuchumu, which is Miyu Watanabe, and Rika Tatsumi, together with Kira Summers, in 12 and a half minutes. Do you finally want to say something on this one?
All right. So, Miyu and Yuki Arai, they lock up at the start of this match. And then they tag others in immediately. I was like, oh, get that.
They were trolling us specifically, I think.
No, I mean, these two are having some of the best preview tags I think I've seen in TJPW since I've been watching, at least. Even, I don't know, Stardom's had some really good preview tags. Like, obviously, the Tam Nakano and Saya Kamitani ones were awesome. But they're just doing some crazy shit, okay? So I was just so captivated by like Yuki and Miyu struggling over a full Nelson Slam in this match. Yuki Arai is just so fucking unhinged when she's wrestling Miyu. She's like a psychopath. The way she's screaming, her facial expressions, it's like out of the 80s or 90s. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of fucking mesmerized by it. It's great. And I'm just really excited to see what they do at Grand Princess. I think Miyu's done an amazing job. I don't know why I was ever in doubt of how good of a job Miyu would do with Yuki Arai. But yeah, the finish here was like Yuki Arai had Kira Summer in a Scorpion Deathlock, and she just fucking screamed and didn't break eye contact with Miyu. It was so good. It was so unhinged. Perfect.
That was sick. Yeah.
So the story was like Miyu's less rattled this time compared to the Korakuen Hall preview tag we spoke about. And backstage, Miyu said that Yuki hasn't really done anything that she wasn't expecting, whereas at the Korakuen Hall she had gone beyond the Yuki Rai that she had known before. Miyu says that there are still some things that she wants to figure out, but she doesn't tell us what they are. She tells us one of them on the next show. But yes, preview tags rule. They're one of the best things about Japanese wrestling, and Miyu Watanabe's taken them to another level.
Yes. So the story essentially is that Miyu is just way stronger and better. And
she was caught off guard at Korakuen Hall, though.
Yes, this is obviously the big frustration for Yuki Arai.
Yes.
So Yuki Arai is really good at selling this frustration too. I do think there was one moment where Miyu did get rattled. I don't know if you noticed that. It was when Yuki tried to throw out of the ring onto the apron again. And Miyu blocked it. Miyu blocked like the ropes with her arms because she's strong enough to do that. And then she just kind of had that look on her face. She just stopped and looked Yuki in the eyes with like this insane fucking expression in her face
did
because
you just try to do that again?
Yeah, I'm never gonna go into that fucking apron with you again. What the fuck are you trying
bitch,
to do?
Are you
like,
crazy?
Bitch. I am never gonna go out of the ring.
Oh my god.
That was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Miyu is just so good. Like these little things, like just that 5 seconds.
This is a house show.
Look
this
on
is a
her
fucking
faces.
random house show in Okayama. And they're
so
like
good.
telling they're putting these story beats in there.
Absolutely.
It's just, I don't know. It's just people at the top of their game. That's what it is.
She already did that with Suzume, right?
She did, absolutely.
In their build.
Yeah.
And she's just, I think she's just sitting down every evening and trying to figure out how to build these title matches.
I'm just going to say, she is the best preview tag wrestler in the world. It's not even close. I don't watch anyone else's preview tags and like get these story beats through them. Well, I feel like I'm missing stuff if I miss a preview tag.
She's like pretty firmly in the top ranks of the best wrestlers in the world either way. So
For sure. I mean, yeah.
So
for
that
sure.
is not a statement that is
No. We spoke about it last week. She's in my top 3 for sure.
Yeah, top 3, top 5, something like that. Absolutely for me. She's just insane. She's so good at her job. It's not even funny.
Can we just jump to the next show and?
What even was the next one? I don't have anything. I think. Yes. I did.
Yeah, you watched the preview tag. Oh, you mean the next match?
No, I mean the next match.
Yeah.
Was
I don't have anything.
Mizuki, obviously. So I did watch the Mizuki match. I like Mizuki matches.
It was Yuki Aino's hometown, so that's why she was in the main event.
Okay. Did we ever talk? Maybe we should do that later. I don't know. Did we ever really talk about the outcome of the tag title? We talked about the tag tournament, right?
The inspiration.
We never mentioned that.
I mean, do we need to talk about it? Like everyone knows it's hot trash for a Sumo Hall like semi-main event. Like that should not be semi-main event of Sumo Hall. It's fine if it's like lower down the card or something, but like how is that above like Mirai and Suzume? Like
you beat every team in your fucking company.
And then bring in the inspiration.
And then bring in the inspiration. That is so fucking sick.
Yeah.
That is like you and Tokyo Joshi was doing so well for the last like year.
Just this particular the booking of Uber Eats has been the only thing I've had a major issue with TJPW in like the last year. Yeah.
Doo-doo.
Absolute doo-doo. Poop. Absolute poop.
On February 28th, 2026, they were in Aioi Hall. How do you say that? Aioi?
Yeah, this is literally the same venue that Stardom was in for the first time.
I just realized that.
Yeah,
that's
Kariya, Aichi.
I don't know if they also had a full sellout. It doesn't say the number
not.
Here. That's too bad. I only watched 2 matches from this show.
Which one were they?
The Suzume and Himawari tag. Suzume teamed with Ren Konatsu against Himawari and Shion Kansai. Yeah, just for Himawari and Suzume, you know, Suzume is my special little guy in the promotion. And I think, sorry.
No, I like Ren Konatsu a lot. I'm a Ren Konatsu guy.
Yes, she's good. She does the double jump springboard dropkick thing.
The springboard dropkick. It is awesome. She calls it Aries Comet. It's very cool.
Yeah, that's cool. I realized for the first time that Himawari is basically like a sunflower, right?
Yeah. Her finisher is Sunflower Tempest.
And Suzume is a bee, so you can fill in the rest.
They should be a tag team. Have they not tag team before? Is this before my time?
I mean, they were against each other here too. I don't think they ever tag teamed, but they definitely should do that.
Book it.
Absolutely. But the main thing we wanted to talk about is the other preview match for the Miyu. Watanabe versus Yuki Arai. Unless you had something to say about any of the...
No, don't care. Just skip to the Miyu match.
Okay. It was Miyu Watanabe and Yuki Aino and Haru Kasashiro against Arisu Endo, Shino Suzuki and Yuki Arai.
Oh, yeah, this is me, baby. Right.
Yeah, you go. Please.
Just one of my fucking favorite things to watch these. So this match is almost as good as the Korakuen Hall one. I'm actually deciding whether I liked it more or not. I thought this was fucking insane, okay? So the story of this one is Miyu is destroying Yuki Arai's back partly as revenge for the full Nelson slam onto the floor at Korakuen Hall. So now you see she got caught off guard by Yuki Arai at Korakuen Hall. And then in the previous one we spoke about in Okayama, Mia was caught off maybe once, like almost when she got through the aprons, but she caught Yuki Arai. She was like, you're doing that again, huh? She's like slowly figuring out Yuki Arai. And then backstage after that Okayama show, she was like, I've still got 2 things I want to figure out about Yuki Arai. That was the storyline heading into this preview tag. Mm-hmm. And so this one was all about Miyu just finding out what she wanted to know. And I'll reveal it after, but maybe you can guess from what she does during this match. So she's destroying Yuki's back and she's enjoying it. So Miyu Watanabe has fully transformed into this Mudorella character. So I've mentioned this before. You can go back to probably our first episode, because I think that was the Wrestle Princess review, where she's basically developed more of a heelish character, which is her playing the role of Miyu Yamashita, right? She's being a blocker for the younger talent trying to reach the top. So that's what this Miyu reign is all about. It's an ace establishing run. She's at the top of the mountain, and now the next generation have to beat her. And this character is a really easy way to do that. It's really smart and a really good subtle switch up. But this is like the first time we've seen her unleashed Mudorella, like full on. We've seen glimpses of it, but we've never seen it to this extent. She's been a bit heelish before, like in a match against Arisa Endo in the Tokyo Princess Cup final, but this was like full on. She was just being as mean and a bully as she could be to Yuki Arai. And this just made me so happy because that's exactly what I wrote about. And it feels like they're rewarding people for following Miyu's character development. And I think Miyu is very smart about that. And that's what I love about her.
Yes.
So there are some spots in this match, like Yuki is sort of like mirroring Miyu's unhingedness. So like Yuki Arai was just staring, like literally glaring into the hard cam while choking Miyu out at the start, which I thought was kind of funny. But I loved when the crowd went silent because Miyu and Yuki stepped into the ring together. It felt like a fucking epic scene in a movie. And it was just Miyu Watanabe just having a smile on her face while beating up Yuki. There was one point where she goes for a giant swing on Yuki Arai, okay? And Arisa Endo, who's teaming up with Yuki Arai, stops the swing. And Miyu Watanabe just looks at Arisa Endo and is like, really, bro? And then Miyu Watanabe just turns it into the sickest lion tamer.
Oh, this fucking lion tamer.
It was so brutal.
And it's so painful.
I just want to give props to Yuki Arai because I think she's done her part as well in the selling and the acting of this storyline. But yeah, there was another part where Yuki Arai is doing her signature big boot and then Miyu just grabs it and just starts laughing at Yuki Arai. And then she turns it into the insane giant swing. Like it was one of her crazy giant swings. Then she had her in a Canadian backbreaker. This spot was really smart as well because she dropped her from the Canadian backbreaker position, which is basically an inverted teardrop, right?
Yes.
But they didn't have Yuki Arai kick out of it. They had Arisa Endo broke up the pin. And I thought that was really smart that even though it wasn't a teardrop, they kind of treated it like one and chose to protect it. Another really fucking cool thing. Miyu does these really cool counters as well. So, the full Nelson slam we've been talking about, that's like pivotal to the story. Yuki Arai goes for one, and Miyu counters it into a headlock takeover. And it was...
Oh yeah, that was sick.
It was like a Chihiro Hashimoto's type of move, you know what I mean? Miyu is that good of a wrestler, that she's so smooth with these transitions. And then the best part was the finish, obviously. She had her back in the Canadian backbreaker. Yuki... She didn't have her hands free, so she verbally tapped out. And the way Yuki looked when she was like panicking and begging the ref to stop the match, and Miyu just, and then Uta Takami comes into the ring to check on Yuki Arai after tapping out, right? That's just standard. That's what the seconds do. And Miyu Watanabe just fucking smacks Uta Takami out of the way. And then she just starts shoving the title in Yuki Arai's face. And then instantly, as soon as Yuki Arai leaves the arena, Miyu snaps back to normal. And she closes out the show with a smile on her face, just hyping the crowd up. So it's like, it's literally at a flick of a switch, and it was awesome. And if you don't think Miyu is one of the best wrestlers in the world, you need to step on a Lego brick.
This is just such great, mean guy wrestling. It's just...
And it's deliberate as well, over like many months of building up.
Like, people are looking for this kind of wrestling in today's wrestling world, right? And they refuse to give something like this a chance. And it's just their loss, but it's so crazy how it's just right there. And people are just not realizing how fucking jock, mean guy, amazing this whole thing is. And not just jock, not just dumb, but like really well, like thought out and like constructed.
Like I said, for like the past 6 months, Miyu's been telling the story.
Psychology. Yes, exactly. And this one was too, like Miyu is so condescending in the way she overpowers Yuki in these like tests of strength. Can you believe that I couldn't think of the word test of strength? Or the phrase last week.
Oh.
Anyway, that was it.
Yep.
And Miyu is she's just always bending her over her knee essentially, like she's her daddy or something, and these tests of strength, and it's so like condescending in a way. So
here's the point now. I didn't say it, but now
let me guess.
Yeah, go guess. Yeah, you should guess.
Because one major spot in these matches has been the sharpshooter, right? The sharpshooter, and the way Miyu Watanabe reversed it was always she just took her leg strength. She just blocked Yuki from crossing her legs because her legs are too strong. So at one point in this match, Miyu just let her do it. She just let Yuki get the sharpshooter on her easily. And then Miyu immediately countered the sharpshooter into her own. I don't know if it was a Boston Crab or a sharpshooter as well. So I think that's something that Miyu tested in this match. If she could what if she lets Yuki do the sharpshooter? What happens? And she immediately was able to counter it. So now she has like 2 ways to block Yuki's submission. So I don't know.
So,
maybe that's one of them. But that's just something I noticed for this one specifically.
This is why Miyu Watanabe is awesome. But what you said was completely valid, right? But she did say there were 2 things, and she only revealed one of them. So that could have been the second thing. But the one she revealed was she wanted to know like the extent of Yuki Arai's grit. So like how far she was like willing to go. And that's why she kept on putting her in all these submissions and bullying her. She turned on this character to see how far Yuki Arai was willing to go. And that's why she tapped her out, right? She didn't hit her with the teardrop. She put her in a Canadian backbreaker and forced her to submit. And then the Lion Tamer and you just mentioned the Boston Crab. So I think what you said was completely valid, and that could be the other thing.
I think what I said is not something that Miyu would just say in a post-match interview. Yeah, exactly. That's more something that she did to also tell a story of like to build up the match in a way. Yeah. Because I think it was very deliberate that Miyu let her put the sharpshooter on her in that way in this match.
I fully
believe never let her do that before.
Yeah, I fully believe Miyu thinks about these things. We have too much proof of this. All right, well there you go. There's Miyu Watanabe, one of the best wrestlers in the world. The next preview show is the 7th of March in Shinkiba, and we do have another Yuki Arai Miyu Watanabe, and it's the main event. It's Miyu Watanabe, Toga, and Uta Takami versus Himawari, Shino Suzuki, and Yuki Arai. That's going to be great.
Oh, that's awesome. When is the big show actually? Is it end of March?
29th of March.
Okay. I'm really looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
Oh, one note I have, when Suzume beats Mirai for the title, I think Himawari should be her first challenger.
Himawari, Arisu Endo, any of those, yeah.
It's gonna be great. Do you think Suzume is gonna beat Mirai?
I think she should, because Mirai is just too busy. I think it's a good run. I don't think she's someone that holds it for too long.
No, that's true. I agree.
The thing is, Suzume has already held this title, so she needs to do like a different type of run with this one. So this needs to be like a bit more of a dominant run, I feel like. I don't know, we'll see.
That's kind of how they did it with Miyu too, though, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's not out of the question that they do these like double title runs in a way.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. Do we have you already previewed this? Yes. So let's go into the deep and dark corners of the indie zone.
There is a fifth dimension beyond that which is known to Tim. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as Tony Storm. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and whatever AJ Styles believes in. And it lies behind the pit of man's fears and the summit of Eric's knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area we call the Indie Zone.
Whoa, that was crazy. Thank you for that, Corey. I really appreciate that handover. That was awesome. So, yes, in the Indie Zone today, we have some indies today that we don't usually cover. And that's just because of time constraints. And maybe that will happen again today when we got stuff. Let's see. But no, normally I leave some of these promotions for like the newsletter, except Actress Girls, which we always talk about. But there was like so little wrestling this week, as you can tell from our runtime, that we could cover all of these new indies in audio form. So let's start with Wave. So 21st of February, we had Wave at Amistad, and I only watched one match on this card because the rest looked doo-doo. And I watched Haruka Umisaki versus Honoka, and I just... So the tag team is called Amikyun? Yeah, that sounds about right. Amikyun. And they're facing each other because it was Honoka's birthday. So she wanted to face Haruka Umisaki. I like both of these a lot. Honoka, now 21, and she has the same birthday as Saran, who's 4 years apart. That's kind of crazy that the two of the three contracted wrestlers in Wave and they have the same birthday. I just feel like...
That's funny.
Statistically, right? That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So this match was really good. I like Umisaki playing the heel sometimes. Like she's not afraid to draw some crowd boos. It is her home arena, you know, because she's the Ace of Diana. It's Diana's venue. But it was really good that she played that heelish role here because Honoka is a really good babyface. It's kind of cringe to compare her to Starlight Kid just because they're both masked and small. But the way Honoka sells is honestly like the way Starlight Kid sells. It just genuinely is. It's like the same class of selling. But she obviously hasn't got like all the technical wrestling down pat like Starlight Kid does, who's one of the best wrestlers in the world. So yeah, no, I just thought it was a good match. It was a time limit draw, and the last few minutes leading up to that draw were great. Umisaki has an elbow strike where she slaps her thigh, and I'm going to be controversial and say I want her to do it more because I like it. How controversial is that? I like that move. I don't care if it's a thigh slap.
No, it's totally fine.
Right, let's move on quickly to Actress Girls. You saw all of this, right?
Yes, I watched the entire show, front
all right.
to back.
Do you want me to go for it, or?
Yeah, you still go for it. Okay. I think it's better.
So, my thoughts are, overall, I think this was one of the best step shows. So, the step shows are the ones at Shinkiba First Ring. So, those are like the series ones. I think this was one of the best ones since the one that got me into the promotion last year, which was in May. Mm-hmm. I thought this was a really fucking good show from top to bottom, if you ignore the freeway in the middle. I thought the first half was great, and I thought the second half was great as well. What are your overall thoughts?
I don't know. I might have a couple of hot takes on this show, but I think we're gonna get to those when we review the matches more than anything. I did enjoy the show overall. Actress Girls is weird for me. I mentioned this before, but Actress Girls is the hardest promotion for me to just have a face name recognition. You know what I mean?
Well, it's because they're so siloed off, right?
Yeah, that's most likely the reason, but I feel like it's still not been this bad for other promotions who are equally siloed off. But maybe I don't know. I just have to look up every wrestler, every match that I watch for Actress Girls for some reason, which I usually don't have that many problems. I'm starting to recognize the important ones.
But, I think it is because you just don't see them regularly because they never pop up anywhere else. So you only see them when you're watching the show, which is, you know, every now and again, right? Like maybe once a month or something, right?
Yeah, that's true.
That kind of makes sense.
Yeah. But overall, I think one thing what Actress Girls do or like what they did on this show specifically, maybe. I don't know if it's like a general thing. They do a lot of matches that they build like really epically and really long, you know? They do really like long form matches with a lot of like crazy kickouts in the end, and they treat a lot of matches like they are the main event, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. So a lot of matches here, I thought on this show honestly went a bit longer than they should have, in my opinion, honestly. Not the main one, I think, not the best one, not the semi-main. I think that was okay for that match because it was good enough and it was really that great. But, like the second match, the main event, those two matches just kind of went a bit too long for me, honestly. So,
all right, well, let's
I think they just build it they put a bit too much into it, maybe sometimes. But that's like, I mean, that's just high level.
I don't think it's a hot take, by the way. I think there are some matches. I remember one of them, it went like 22 minutes, and it was honestly agonizing how long it went, because nothing happened. Some matches, they just decide to go long, like double the length they should go, basically.
Yeah.
So,
Can I say that this was the main event for me?
Yes. So
it was agonizing for me by the end. I wanted this match to end so badly at some point.
Okay, so that would be interesting to talk
but
about.
we can, yeah.
Yeah, because normally I would agree with you, and this one worked for me. So I guess we can talk about it.
Okay.
All right. So the opener was Marino Nishimura versus Naru. So Marino Nishimura is the new rookie. She came from the Venus Pipeline, you know, that theater group that we talk about sometimes. She's like 5 matches in now. So, and she's pretty good for someone of that experience. This was her first ever singles match. So Naru is part of Actress 5, which is like the lead babyface faction. She's the pink member. It's like Power Rangers. And after the match, so we'll go back to the match in a bit, but after the match, I just want to say that Naru basically said she was leaving Actress 5 because she was getting busy with her costume making company, because apparently that's how Marino knows Naru, because she's been helping her with that costume company. So Naru wanted to pass down Pink to Marino Nishimura, and Marino Sahara, who's the Actress 5 leader, said, yeah, why not? So there you go. So this was basically a entrance exam into Actress 5. But yeah, so I think Nishimura has some really interesting cradles for someone with like 5 matches. She has some unique submission holds. So like one of which she like holds onto the ankles of the opponent and then uses her hip to push the opponent into a bridging position, which is like meant to be a stretch. So that's interesting. I've never seen that before. She also does a sliced bread, which is not something you see a 5-match rookie doing as well. So it's just Actress rookie girls thing, I think so.
Yeah, I think Marino is very promising, honestly. I think one thing you always gotta like look for a bit in like these very fresh rookies who are just a couple of matches in. It's just like the movement, right? How like the hesitancy between moves and like
it's confidence,
how fluid they move in the ring, the confidence. Yeah, that's exactly the right word. And she just moves so fast between spots and stuff, and she just moves so confidently into the next spot, and it's just, she doesn't look like a 5-match rookie whatsoever. I think she's very promising, so good on her. And I also think she's very expressive generally. I guess that's where the acting jobs come from, like just on the mic after the match as well, and stuff like that. Her promo on the mic didn't sound like someone who held the microphone for the first time in their lives or whatever. You know what I mean?
Give me more idols in wrestling.
Yes.
I'm not even joking. Just they are too good at transitioning into wrestling, I feel like. There's too much proof of it. So, I mean, she wasn't an idol. She was an actress, whatever. Idol, actress, whatever you want.
Yes.
Second match. Kana Ifuku and Sakura Mizushima versus Mari and Rio. So Kana and Sakura Mizushima are the other 2 members of Actress 5. And obviously Kana is the big forearm rookie that got me really excited a few episodes ago. Sakura Mizushima does awesome bridges on her suplexes. She's a good babyface. Mari is literally an incredible person. Yep.
What? Can I ask you something before you start? What significance did the shirt have for Mari?
You mean the one she was throwing from Rio?
Well, Rio wore it on the entrance, right? And then
Yes.
I think Sakura or Kana like stripped her off of the shirt.
Okay,
and
I can
then-
explain that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Rio is a rookie. So she's big chops and stuff like that. She's been tagging with Mari on and off. Okay. So Mari is in the big heel faction. They're called Killers, and Mari sees Rio as like an annoying little shit. Okay. So Rio is like really eager to please, right? And she's trying to gain entry into Killers. Yeah. Oh, it's Killers with a Z, by the way. That's how cool they are.
Oh,
And
awesome.
yeah, after pestering like Maru, who is the boss, that didn't work. Rio basically wore a black Killers t-shirt on the last, like, step 68 last month. And that offended Mari, and she ripped the shirt off her, and she threw it into a bucket of bleach. So on this show, Rio was wearing the bleached t-shirt, and she was very proud of it. So she wasn't deterred by Mari throwing her shirt into the bleach bucket. She just picked it out and wore it again. She's so determined to join the heel faction.
That's honestly not even what I got from it, because Mari held the shirt when someone threw the shirt to the outside, right? Mari grabbed the shirt and she just looked at the shirt as if it was like her. Like she didn't care about the match anymore. She just cared about the shirt.
Yeah, well, because she doesn't.
She was
care.
thinking about Rio. Oh, how much Rio cares about it.
She doesn't give a fuck about Rio getting beaten up. That's why she was like pretending to not care about the match.
Oh, okay.
Because she doesn't care about Rio. So yeah, she's just gonna she doesn't want her to tag in. So she was like, I'm gonna do anything except look at Rio, which is pretending to do laundry with this shirt.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, there was just a lot of funny spots because I think Mari and Rio have like a quite funny dynamic where they just always fuck up. So like Rio's always fucking up hitting Mari. Like Rio did a splash and Sakura Mizushima moved out the way. So Rio just squashed Mari and they just lie there for a bit. And then Rio is like, sorry. Yeah, go on.
Rio has incredible face acting in these spots.
She is so good. So she accidentally squashes Mari and she's like, yeah, sorry, I thought you were going to get pinned there. And then Mari's like, really? And then she just starts beating her up because Mari is one of the best wrestlers in the company. So that's kind of the bit as well. And then later, like Rio says, if you tag me in, Mari, I'll give you this cool shirt, which is the bleached one. And then Mari just flips her off and then keeps beating up Kana Yufuku. And then Rio just runs in, lifts Mari up, runs her into the corner and then chops her and then tags herself in. So Rio's like a one year rookie or something now. And so, yeah. That's why I didn't feel like this match was too long, because I guess I understood these bits and the dynamic between them. So I was like invested in this entire match.
Now I think about it, this probably wasn't necessarily one of the too long ones. I just had insanely many notes for it for some reason.
Yeah.
I wrote like an entire page on this match.
Really? I mean, go through it. Sorry, I didn't know. Yeah, go
it was just I for some reason wrote down every move, which I usually don't.
Oh, okay.
May have heard from my reviews, and I'm bad at just listing off moves. I can't do that.
Well, I think it's because you're trying to learn.
I think
the wrestlers, so that kind of
maybe.
Like I used to make a lot of notes for promotions I hadn't seen a lot of.
That's probably it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Mari did one of the funniest spots in this match.
Which one?
When someone had Rio in some kind of submission, probably like a Boston Crab or whatever. And Mari stepped into the ring from one side of the turnbuckle and looked like she was going to break it up, but then she just stepped outside of the ring on the other side of the turnbuckle. I cracked up so hard at that.
Mari is one of my
misdirected
favorite
me.
wrestlers. Yes, I love Mari.
She's very good. She's very funny.
Cool.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, then Rio won with a spinning diving body press, which I think this was Rio's maybe second pinfall ever from what I remember. Like she won at the August Korakuen Hall with like a new powerbomb thing, and this was like the second one, so that was kind of a big deal as well. So yeah, This match was great for me, basically.
Yep. No, it was really good. It was really funny. I really enjoyed the dynamic between Rio and Mari too. Like I didn't get it why they acted like that, but it was just very funny to watch, and very good.
Awesome.
Acting, I guess, from both.
Yeah, and I guess if you guys want a Kana Yufuku forum update, I still think she thinks they're a shoot and they still have big thuds. So there you go.
Oh my god.
Then the next match was Ayano Iri versus Riko Fukunaga, who's the Actress Girls Champion, and Hinata Senya. I don't have much to say about this. Hinata Senya is really funny because she was in the match that made me fall in love with Actress Girls last year, and now I know how bad she is, and I didn't know that back then.
Okay.
She does not have like a pro wrestling bone in her body. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Hinata Senya?
Yeah, so Hinata Senya is the one.
She had the weird sleeves, right? Yeah.
Yeah, she did not have the teddy bear, and she was not the champion.
I just like Ayano Irie.
Yes.
So I was mostly focusing on her.
The tam-coded one, yeah. Yeah.
If you want to say so. So yeah, I thought that was fine.
Got anything? Yep.
I wasn't sure. The finish, right? Rico locked in a STF, and Hinata like tapped immediately, like furiously, and it kind of looked like both were surprised. So I wasn't even sure if that was the planned finish, really, because she tapped in such a panicked way.
You never know with Actress Girls, to be honest.
It almost looked like she just wanted to get out of the hole immediately.
I would 100% believe that. Yeah.
It kind of felt to me that like all three were surprised of this finish for some reason, and the ref too. And the music got like kind of a delay before it played, like the winner's music. So all of it kind of felt weird to me about this finish, but I don't know.
Yeah, Hinata is not very good. You get the feeling she maybe prefers her side gig to whatever her side gig is to wrestling, because some of these Actress Girls, they have like idol jobs, actor, whatever, right? I think Natsuki was doing ballet for a while. So they're all part-time wrestlers, and some prefer the part-time to the wrestling, and I think Hinata's one of them. Unlike Yukina, who you can feel like loves wrestling, Yukina Uehara, so the long kick girl.
She's awesome. I like
exactly.
her.
Yeah. All right, next match. We have the return of Anri. So it's Anri and Arisa Nagai, that's Polaris, versus Nagisa Shitsuki and Natsuki, which is Midsummer Breeze. Obviously, Natsuki is retiring in May. So for Anri, she was injured in October or November last year in training. Okay. And she was
she's the one. Oh, okay.
She was basically the premier rookie in Actress Girls. But I think Yukina sort of took a huge leap in the past 4 months to sort of claim that spot. And the interesting thing between those two is they also had a bet on who would be the first to claim a singles title in a promotion. So Yukina has obviously gone on to win the interim tag belts. So the bet is still on, basically. They also had my Actress Girls match of the year in 2025. It was a singles match, and it was so fucking great. And a big part of my enjoyment of that match was Yukina basically came out of nowhere for me. And that's when I first took notice of her. I'd spent weeks complaining about how green she was in like my show reviews, especially in tag matches. And then in that match, that was like, this is the Yukina I want to see. Just kicking the fuck out of her colleague, Anri, like they're both rookies. Mm-hmm. But...
was that the match I watched?
You have not seen that singles match, no.
Okay. I watched one rookie singles match where they beat the shit out of each other, but I don't remember who it was.
Oh, maybe you did then. But this was a long time ago. It was before we even had a podcast. So.
Oh, no, I didn't see it then.
Okay. Just going back a bit. You watched the opener, right, of the show?
Yes.
Thoughts?
On the opener?
Yeah, so no, sorry. I mean like the entrance. So basically, Actress Girls, basically they have an opening, and the start of the show...
Oh, you mean the opening dance
thing?
Yeah.
So it's the only show that I don't skip around to the matches. Because, first of all, the camera follows around the wrestlers, just doing like pre-show signings, so you get a glimpse into what it's like attending the show. And then I love the choreography that they do to open up each show. They're baby faces, and I love the choreography that Mari does for the hillside. It is just very captivating, and people know I'm a choreography guy. I get mesmerized by K-pop dance videos and stuff like that. I remember I watched BTS on repeat, for example, the boy K-pop group. I used to love like one of their like Dynamite. I used to watch that back to back. So they do this cool thing where they have a new sequence, like in the opening, right? Where they basically preview the matches on the show. So, for example, on this show, everyone parted for Asako Miya, who was in the main event challenging for the title, trying to get her third win in 400 matches plus or whatever. And then Yukina Uehara butt her out the way. It's just like a nice little touch. It's great. But why I wanted to bring this up is because when I saw Anri doing the choreography, it's been so long, and I was just really happy. So, yes, I gave all that background just to say I was really happy that Anri was back. Did you know her gimmick's a Pokemon trainer?
I mean, I can see that.
Yeah, she's got the Pokemon cap, and her moves are related to like her seated senton is called the Denki Shock, which means electric shock. She's got the 100,000 volts from the top rope, so I think electric type Pokemon is her thing. Not quite like a master like Konami, but yeah, she's like a trainer. So I'm really happy Anri was back. So Tim,
yes,
what did you think of Anri?
Okay, so Anri, right?
Oh fuck. You're going to bury her now.
Yeah. So her look, I thought it was baseball.
All right.
Related, not Pokemon,
but
because she has like this light up baseball cap or whatever.
Yeah, but that's the Pokemon hat.
And does she do a baseball? Does she do a Pokeball throw at the start of the match?
That's the Pokeball throw.
Oh shit! I thought it was so funny because like they were in the ring, right? Let me paint the scene for you. They were in the ring. Arisa Nagai was just fucking doing a whole dance routine on her half of the ring. And Anri was just standing there, her eyes closed, and was like meditative almost, on the other side, in the other half of the ring, while like Nagai did her whole dance. And she was like so concentrated on her baseball throw that I thought it was. And then she finally, after like 30 seconds of concentrating on her big throw, she finally reaches back and she finally takes a swing, and she hammers whatever she was about to throw completely into the ground and completely bottles her fucking throw. But if it was a Pokeball, then you do throw those on the ground, right?
Yeah. So then the Pokemon can be let out of the ball, yeah.
So she didn't actually have the worst baseball throw I've ever seen.
She had the best Pokemon trainer throw you've ever seen.
Oh, okay. She's good then. That was what I was gonna bury her for. Her baseball throw. Okay. It's good then. Nah, I really enjoyed her.
Do you understand why she gets some hype?
Yes, absolutely. She's good. She's a really good wrestler. I wouldn't have thought she's a rookie.
Yeah.
If you didn't tell me that. I thought she was just a really, really good standard wrestler to me, in this match. So, and overall, I did really enjoy the match as well. Like, these women are just fucking kicking and punching, not really punching, but like forearming each other so hard in the back and in the chest and like, this is crazy sometimes. These kicks, they don't give a fuck. It's just fucking, I don't know. And the chops from Shotsuki and everything. Anri has really good kicks, I think. Yeah.
Which is crazy to me because she's like not the kicker out of like the rookie. You know, Yukina is the kicker, right?
Okay.
So like the fact that Anri's kicks are good when I don't even primarily like see her as a kicker, that's why I think she is like a really good rookie. That she just feels really well rounded. She feels like she's eager to improve on things that she wasn't originally good at, and I think that's like a really important quality in a rookie, right?
Yeah.
Natsuki is a kicker. So Natsuki is the premier actress girls kicker. She's been doing it for years. I just thought I thought this match was sick, to be honest. Like, these are like the two top tag teams, sort of, in actress girls. Like, is that and Amaterasu, I guess, which is Act and Mari. But Polaris are probably like the third one that I would watch in actress girls that I would say are pretty good, or like featured quite heavily. There were so many good spots in here though, like Anri drop kicking Nagisa's chop arm, because Nagisa's thing is her chops. So you mentioned it, right? That's her signature thing. She does a variation of chops. So it was kind of funny to see Anri like specifically target her chop arm with a drop kick. And
yes,
I think the reason I like this tag match because it felt quite dynamic. Like, I don't know if you noticed it, but like in my opinion, the match got so much better when Anri and Natsuki were in there compared to when Arisa Nagai and Nagisa were in there. So
yeah,
I thought Anri and Natsuki worked amazing together. Like, there was a sick head kick from Natsuki to Anri.
No, absolutely. They hit the most.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were awesome together. Polaris have a really cool double team, which I didn't notice before. It's called Sabaten no Hana, apparently. Don't know what that means. And it's like Anri has the opponent in a code red position. And then Arisa
that was so sick. Yeah.
Yeah, Arisa is underneath the opponent and sort of pushes the opponent into the code red for more momentum. And I've just never seen that before.
No, me neither.
These are rookies in Actress Girls. This is what I mean.
Crazy.
There is something about this promotion that fosters innovation in matches, and I don't know what that is. That's why I have to put the credit to Mari, who does a lot of the training, right? That is why I see Mari so high, because she is training these rookie idols to do this crazy shit.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Did you see Anri's Satellite Schoolboy? Do you know what that is? It's the flying.
Is that the... Yeah. I called it like a La Mystica with an extra half spin, I think.
Yeah, into a schoolboy.
Like another rotation into a schoolboy. Yeah, that was really good.
Amazing. I have never seen anyone do that move, let alone a rookie.
I'm just really surprised that you said Anri wasn't supposed to be like the kick.
Yeah, because I'm not saying she was bad at kicks, but that was Yukina's gimmick.
I kind of felt like this match was almost built around her kicks in a way. Like, so much of the match at least was like just Natsuki and Anri. No, it was Natsuki and Anri, just like...
Yeah, Natsuki and Anri.
Having these kick battles with each other, right? And Anri had this amazing, like... I think you mentioned it earlier, this kick to the head. It was almost like a question mark kick or like a sweeping kick right to the dome.
Yes.
And it looked so fucking slick and so awesome.
Wait, I think I wrote that down somewhere. I was like, oh yeah, Anri does a hook kick now. I just put a question mark because I didn't know that.
And it hit flush in the dome.
That's what I mean. Like, she comes back from
Natsuki.
injury and she's doing shit I've never seen her do before. That's why I rate her highly.
Yeah. And like, I found like the contrast was very stark between her and Arisa, if I can say that. I don't know.
No.
Is Arisa also a rookie?
She is. I think they debuted maybe at similar time. No, maybe Arisa and the guy's a few months older, more experienced.
Yeah. She does this weird like split kick where she does the splits in the air, and it's... Get that shit out of here. When you watch Anri the entire match and she goes into the ring and does that, like that exactly. Kamiyu-esque offense. Like,
no, exactly. Yeah.
Get out, honestly. But that didn't like...
No, it wasn't bad enough
really
to
temper the match for me or anything. I thought it was great. I thought this match was really sick, to be honest. Yeah, really
awesome.
Great. Just great kicks and stiff shots.
So Natsuki won with the Midnight Sun. And post-match, Natsuki said it was likely the last time they would face each other, so that's why Polaris were literally in tears, crying. I thought it was adorable. Natsuki put them over, saying Polaris are the future of Actress Girls and gives them advice for being the best possible tag team partners to each other. Arisa and the guy in tears in this post-match did put it over the edge for me. I liked that a lot. So Arisa is still very likable despite me not liking her split kicks and stuff. It's because she's like a ballet dancer or something. That's why she does that.
Okay.
Right.
Did we talk about the finish, by the way? Like it was a stereo brainbuster tiger suplex from both, and
I didn't.
Natsuki did a sick bridge.
Oh yeah, on the Midnight Sun. Yeah, the Midnight Sun is her bridging. Like, yeah. You're right. Stereo brain. Yeah, sorry. When you described it like that, I was like, wait, what's that? Now that I think about it, it is a stereo brainbuster bridge. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like one person did the tiger suplex like thing. It wasn't exactly a tiger suplex, like a variation.
No. So Nagisa does the off the lip suplex, she calls it, but it's like a double underhook, like sort of. Yeah, it's a double underhook, buster, something like that, yeah.
And at the same time, like, the other one did a brain buster. That's what I meant with stereo. So.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
anyway,
that makes sense.
Looked awesome, too.
Yes, then in the main event, we had...
What was... Sorry, one more question. They had, like, a really long backstage segment after that. Was that everything you just talked about?
Oh, yeah, I think I went through the backstage and I didn't see anything crazy. But yeah, they normally have long backstage segments. I was
surprised by just how long it was going.
Yeah. They just chat shit.
Okay.
I mean, it's good if you want like an insight into their characters, I guess.
No, that's cool. Yeah, and if there was nothing important, that's cool too.
Yeah,
I just thought maybe there was something important going on because it was never ending, but it was cool. Whatever.
So Asako Miya and Maru, who's like an Odd Fellows tag team, against Marina Sahara and Yukina Uehara, which is Hara Hara Red. They are the interim AWG tag team champions. So some quick backstory is Asako Miya is a loser. That's her gimmick. I don't know if she's not knowing how to wrestle on purpose, but that's her gimmick. She just always loses matches. She's won 2 matches in 400 plus appearances or something like that. So she's a comedy character. And Maru is obviously the leader of the heel unit, so that's just the dynamic that was in this match. Oh. Yeah, and Marino and Yukina are kind of like the golden team, I guess, because Marino has been like the ace of the promotion the last year, and then Yukina is like the golden rookie, right? So they're like the golden team. First of all, I laughed my ass off during the pictures of the title belt presentation. You know the ceremony they do before every Japanese title match? Because you see Hara Hara Red, who look fucking fabulous. They're like heroes. They're majestic. Yukina, who came like 4th in the national Japanese beauty pageantry, right? So Yukina looked fucking stunning. And then the camera pans over to Asako Miya with her stupid fucking crown and her dumb smile on her face. I thought that was funny, to be honest. So I like Asako as a comedy wrestler.
Okay.
This match, for me, it was never intended to be like a work rate match or a masterclass. The point of this match was to make you feel bad for Asako literally getting her ass handed to her by the Golden Team and wanting her to do the impossible. So like her being bad was part of this story. So like no one, not even actress girls themselves, not even Asako Miya herself, thinks she's good, right? That's the difference between an actual bad wrestler and someone like Julia Hart, right? Like a character who knows they are bad and makes it a part of the story is so much easier to buy into and get invested in than when you're meant to be taking a wrestler seriously but they can't wrestle, right? Okay. So she's on the turnbuckle and she's literally just going for a crossbody. Nothing else. Just a crossbody. It's the simplest move possible.
She did the LA Knight.
She literally slipped off the turnbuckle and had to repeat it. To me, that is hilarious in a good way because it completely fits into her character. And I feel like you kind of need to flip a switch when you're watching Asako Miya. Because yeah, if it was like LA Knight who's trying to be serious and he fucks it up, that's kind of cringy. Asako Miya like is a bad wrestler. Her character is a bad wrestler.
I think it would be cool and funny if she did it on purpose and then she would leave it there. I think when she has to repeat it
that's
and
what
make
makes
the
it
others
funnier.
like wait, but that's like that breaks the match, right?
I find it funnier. Well,
because everyone has to wait for her in that position, right? Nobody moves until she repeats it. That's
Actress Girls is really weird. Remember the point system?
Yeah.
They are acting out a wrestling match. They're not actually wrestling.
Yeah.
That is the weird thing about these title matches. If it was like a King title match or a non-points title match, I would absolutely agree with you. But in the kayfabe of Actress Girls, it kind of makes sense that they're basically putting on a comedy play and they're all in on it. Yeah, go on.
Why are they delivering these kicks then? And these chops? And these forearms?
Because they're acting like that's what they think their wrestler characters would. That's what their wrestler characters would do. That's what they think they would do. Look, it's a mindfuck. Okay, I'm not going to try explain the point system, but in some weird, fucked up, twisted way, this worked in my head within the kayfabe land of Actress Girls.
All right.
I do not expect it to work for anyone else, and I'm not even going to defend it.
This wasn't even my problem with the match.
No, what's your problem? It was long.
Okay. How much do Actress fans like Maru?
I think she's quite high regarded.
Okay, I didn't have any problems with this match. It was absolutely fine, and I'm glad I watched it.
No, she is considered like a good heel veteran on the roster.
Oh my god, I hated watching her so much, man.
What did
Maru,
you think about it?
I don't know everything. She had like this.
Oh no!
You know, there's like I know some heels or wrestlers like make themselves look funny for heat or whatever.
Yeah.
But like everything starting by her presentation, like immediately took me out of it because she looks so stupid that I couldn't take anything seriously she did. Honestly. This is like a soy problem in a way, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
And I thought she didn't wrestle very well, honestly. And she was in there for so long, and everything for the entire time she was in there felt so slow. I mean, like time was just not going by, and it was like she ground the match to a halt essentially for me, and it was just never ending, and it was then, and they had this long brawl to the outside too, which did nothing for me. She did like this double foot stomp from like a stage onto a wrestler on the outside, and it looked like the least impactful double foot stomp I've ever seen, and it should have looked sick, right? Because it was like, I don't know, from 3-5 feet in the air. But it kind of just looked like nothing to me. And it was just, Maru completely took me out of this match. And I just couldn't wait for it to end. It never ended. And it kept going and going forever.
Yep,
and
that's fair enough.
That was basically my problem with it. I did think Maru did sometimes some good things, like I don't know. She somehow turned an armbar transition into a stretch muffler. I've never seen that before. That was pretty slick moving from Maru in that instance, for example. But overall, she kind of just didn't do it for me on this one. I'm sorry, Actress Girls fans. Don't kill me.
No, I mean, I'm here to balance it out. Yeah, I don't think Maru did anything exceptional in this match. Like the crowd brawling is just kind of a Maru thing. I did think it was kind of all worth it when Asako was on top of the chair and she was like teasing a super plancher onto Marina Sahara off the stage, but then she turns around and does like a mini jump onto Yukina because she's too scared to jump off the stage. So little spots like that were just too
Didn't
funny.
Really notice that, to be honest.
Yes, exactly. So the part of this match I actually loved was the last like 5 minutes or so, which is when you were dying. I kind of had my heart in my mouth because there were so many near falls that I bit on that I thought Marina was going to lose the titles, and I really wanted her to win the titles. So like Marina's doing like triple German suplexes, and you know Asako Mia is the one to break the pin on Maru, which was like a fun twist in their dynamic because Asako is normally the useless one. But this time the triple Germans were going to finish her off. Asako Mia uses the fucking chain. The chain is like Maru's signature weapon. And Asako Mia is using it and then delivers a spin kick to Marina Sahara. That's a big pop moment for me. Like, this useless person is like actually trying to like win the match on Maru's behalf. Then there were just like a lot of like, Maru's Blizzard Suplex, the MRN Smash, which is the delayed German suplex. Just a lot of kickouts that I really bit on. And whenever there's a match where I get into the near falls, I just immediately have to think it's a great match because they sucked me into it. So I felt nervous watching the last 5 minutes because I felt it could go either way, and I don't really care how they got there. The fact they got me there meant it worked, and I thought it was a really good finishing stretch because of that. Make sense?
Did you notice they did the Saya Kamitani Starlight Kid spot at the start of the match?
Which one was that?
The one where Yukina Uhara did like 2 swing kicks. She did a swing kick, Maru dodged it. She did another swing kick, and then Maru caught it like behind her head and turned it into a stretch muffler.
Ah, cool.
That's exactly what Starlight Kid did when to Saya Kamitani in their match. So that was fun. It wasn't all bad, definitely not. But like for some reason, just I don't know. I couldn't.
No,
I didn't have this investment that you did, right?
Yeah,
into the champion. I didn't even know it was for any belts or anything. That anything was on the line there. So all these kickouts, it was just 5 kickouts too many for me, honestly.
Then in the post-match, which was kind of interesting. So, we spoke about the points. Again, the points are like skill, effort, popularity, and then luck, right? So for luck points, supposedly they roll a dice before the match to determine the luck points, and all title matches, except the King title, are points matches. So the wrestlers that go out with the most points, so go to the ring with the most points, will win the match. And then they're just kind of acting it out. That's like the law of Actors Girls. So they don't treat it like an actual wrestling match. I think it's all to work, but whatever, it doesn't matter. So after the match, you see the champions had 15 points, 15.3, and then the challengers had 12.6. So backstage, Osaka was like, her base points were really low because she's useless, so she doesn't have skill, effort, or popularity. But she got an insane dice roll. She got a 6. And Osaka was basically calling Maru useless because they lost, and apparently Maru just kept rolling 1s, which is why her luck was low, and so her points were lower, so that contributed to their loss. So the story is, if Maru had rolled a 6, then they would have had more points and become the new champs.
Okay.
So there was a story in the point system where Maru has high base points, and Osaka is a shit wrestler, so has low base points, but Maru cost them the match because she had shit luck. So the whole point is, like, they tie these point systems into storylines, I guess. But that's why Osaka was cracking everyone up on the promo. Finally, Hara Hara Red is basically like, we're sick of being interim champions, hurry up and stop being a pussy act, come back from injury. And so, yeah, that will happen on the 11th of March or 14th of March. They didn't actually give a date.
Yeah. We'll see.
Okay.
Okay.
Pure J. I kind of just want to skip to the main event. I was going to do more, and now I don't want to.
Yeah, no, let's do that.
So I don't talk about Pure J a lot, so I was going to do another primer, but I'm not going to. The reason we don't talk about them is because their in-ring style just doesn't lend them to having a lot of good matches, and especially their dojo shows. I do watch all of the dojo shows and all of the matches. There's just not much to report back on. I got burned because Kariya, who's one of my favorites in the promotion, lost a 26-minute match to Saki. Then I kind of swore I wouldn't talk about them for a bit. Hanako Nakamori is their ace. She's a double champion right now. She beat Saki, and she's also a tag champion with Kaho Kobayashi, and they were defending against Chi Azora and Misa Kagura. And this was basically the one chance for this card to be saved. I won't even go through the other matches. Oh, actually, sorry, quickly. A rookie did debut on this match. Miyu, who is 27 from Ibaraki, she passed the protest on 4th of December. And yeah, and then she debuted against Kariya on this show, and she was a normal rookie. So Kariya was going very easy on her because Kariya normally beats the shit out of people. Right, back to the main event. So, yeah, everything else on this card was Pure J. And one of the matches was Leon versus Ryoko Sakamura. So that's the former Marigold wrestler. So that kind of tells you everything you need to know. In the main event, I thought this match was great, and probably the ceiling for a non-Kariya Pure J match. So I have to give them credit for when a match is this good. I still don't think Hanako Nakamori was... I think she's, like, lost a step over the years. So, like, I never come away from one of her matches being like, oh, she was fucking great. I thought she was just okay here, but really, this match was all about Kaho Kobayashi and Chi Azora, who I do like. She's a Pure J wrestler. That's kind of... Yes. She very rarely takes outside bookings. But like you said, Tim, like a few episodes ago, whatever, Kaho Kobayashi is just a really fucking great wrestler. And I wish he would get run in a different company other than Pure J, where the in-ring has a higher ceiling, or give her a singles match against Kariya, but Pure J just never booked that way. What did you think of this match? Oh, they retained. So Hanako Nakamori and Kaho Kobayashi retained the titles.
Yes. Yes, same essentially. Like, it's crazy to me that Kaho Kobayashi has never been a bigger star anyway. She's so good. She has the look too, and she's so crisp with everything. I just really like. Really like her. Together with Misa Kagura, there were like two wrestlers in this match that I like mini SLGs for me or whatever, like minor SLGs maybe. So I was really looking forward to this. It was good. I really liked it. Honestly, it was mostly, as you said, it was mostly Azora and Kobayashi. Focus was on them. One thing about Pure J that is very jarring for me is that when they cut from a camera, from one camera perspective to another, they do a fade. They don't do a hard cut. So I don't know if the few listeners that we have that don't watch Pure J, if you can imagine that, it's like, it's so weird. It's like the match stops for a bit and then picks back up.
I never know if they've cut something.
Yeah, it looks like they cut something out, but they don't. It continues in the same position, but like the fade cut makes it look like it's so weird. It's so strange, and it's not great. And that kind of took me out of the match at some points, honestly, because it's so jarring to me to see these fades all the way. But anyway, other than that, it was a very good match. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, so I just wanted to note, Kao's finishers I really like. So she has 120% schoolboy, which I love. So that's obviously when you do a schoolboy, but then you like bridge over the person as well. I love that finisher because I'd seen it end so many matches, so that I bought on it when she did it here. But Misa Kagura broke it up at the very last second. That was a great niffle. And then her actual finisher was the Gideon splash here, which I don't think she does very often. It's like a corkscrew press or something. So I loved seeing her pull that out. There you go. There's your...
Yeah, that looked awesome. I called it a Sky Twister, I think.
Oh, yeah. You know, it is a Sky Twister, isn't it? It's a Sky Twister, I think.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think so.
I'm now going to skip to Gokigen Pro. So...
Let's do it.
Did you watch the Rin Yamashita, Yuki Mashiro versus Haruka Umasaki and Yuka Satsuki match?
I did, yes.
I thought it was a great match.
I did. I did enjoy it a lot too. I was eating dinner while I watched it, so I didn't take too many notes, but...
That's fine. So, once again, Umasaki working a bit heelish is really fun for me. Her forearms to Yamashita in this match were fucking ridiculous, to be honest. I think Umasaki must have maybe top 5 forearms in all Joshi. She is just really hard hitter. Loved that. Yuka Satsuki, so she's from 2AW, she's a rookie. So what happens with her is I watch her, then I forget she exists because she gets sucked back into 2AW vortex, right? And then every time I see her outside of that vortex again, I remember how fucking fast she is. I don't understand why she's so fast for someone of her size. Like, she's a big gal, basically. I love my big gals, but she's a beefy one. And she sprints like Usain fucking Bolt, and it's terrifying. So I like watching her every time. But, 2AW, so it's really hard to watch a lot of her matches. I thought she had a great forearm exchange as well with Yamashita. Yamashita was just really on point in this match, to be honest. And
yes, Yamashita was really good in this match.
Yes. Oh, so I didn't really say what the show was. It was 26th of February, Gokigen Pro. It was Kaoru Yonyama's birthday. Yeah, there you go. And these are people that she regularly books. So she regularly books Rin Yamashita, Yuki Mashiro does a lot of Gokigen bookings, Haruka Misaki, and Yuka Satsuki. If you do want to watch it, you have, the ethical way, then you have to pay Kaoru Yonyama 5,500 yen, which I did, which is like £27. And then she gives you a YouTube URL.
Birthday. Come on.
Yes, for a birthday. Yeah, and it was a good show. It was a good show. So
absolutely. It was
good
fun.
match.
I do like Yuki Mashiro too.
Yes.
We talked about her earlier. The one that's
the 0-1 ace.
The 0-1, the Rose ace. She's cool. I like her a lot. The way she celebrated with Rina after the match was so adorable. She just she was very hyped for the victory.
Yeah, so like the ace of the Rose division is like a good landing spot for her. It's not like a big promotion. Yeah, it's a small indie. So I think she can do something well there. I've seen her outside of the comedy contexts, and I think she's a good wrestler. In 0-1, she's like full serious in all of the matches I've seen her, so I've kind of liked seeing her in that context. In Gokigen Pro, she does a bit more comedy. That's basically where she gets all of her comedy. Like, she's got a lot of comedy bones in her body, so she gets it out on this show. But in this match, she was great.
Yeah. And Rina, the finish was essentially just Rina lariating. Yeah. Lariatoing. Killing Yuka Satsuki with an insane lariat, which is awesome.
Rina Yamashita's sick run continues. Then we had Azusa Inaba versus Honoka in a 10-minute time limit draw. This was JTO Azusa, so she was in full red. She's normally JTO Azusa in Gokigen. And when you see JTO Azusa, I think you kind of start to understand why people are so high on her. Like, the chain wrestling here with Honoka at the start of this match, like, they're 18 and 21 years old. It was just so fucking crisp and clean. Like, Honoka tried a snapmare, right? But then Azusa landed on her feet and then goes for a roundhouse kick. Yeah, and then Honoka ducked, and then Azusa just cracked her with a perfectly timed strike.
It was so good.
It was a thigh slap strike, and it's the type of thigh slap I will never, ever hear any slander for, because it was perfectly timed.
Yes.
This was the match that sold me on the show. Like, when I saw this booked, I was like, I need to buy this. So.
Understandable.
Very sad.
But also,
10-minute time limit.
Yes, also very disappointing in a way. When this was over, I was like, this just started. What the hell?
Yeah.
10 minutes is like nothing for these two. They worked very well together.
These are two rising stars of the scene for sure.
Absolutely. I was thinking about this, right? Watching this match specifically. Like, it's kind of weird to think, or we don't really think about someone like Asusa really as the future of Joshi, because part of it is like, I don't know, I never really counter into this corner of like the youngest or freshest wrestler, because we have seen her for like over 2 years now, regularly in Stardom, you know, all the time.
Her and Rina, right?
Yes, her and Rina, exactly. They've always been there, but so you never really consider them as like the future. They're already the present in a way.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they are the future of this business. Like, Asusa is so good. For her age, it's insane if you think about it. You never really realize it because you've been watching her for so long, but it's crazy. They have so much ahead of them too, and it's gonna be so good.
Remember what I said earlier about Time Machine and being upset that I can't do it? Yeah. Azusa is another one that I just wish I could fast forward 5 years and see what she's doing.
And she was still a great heel. Like, she wasn't hate Asusa. She was JTO Asusa, as you mentioned, but she was still.
No, but it was like
really like she's so charismatic, and she knows so well how to play the heel and like the little brat who just constantly
it was like
fights with the referee.
Joshi heel, right? It was like yeah. Cool.
Just like choking Honoka through the ropes and
classic style. Yeah,
screaming
rather than
at the ref.
Yeah, rather than like cartoony parody style heel, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She's great. Asusa's great.
A fucking man. And then we had Kariya Onyama versus Saki Kashima. So
yes,
this was the most Chris Gannon coded match I have ever seen in my entire life. That's one of our friends who has the 2nd of January wave show as the best of his Wrestle Kingdom week trip. So that tells you all you need to know. So we didn't have any transcripts, but Tara Okada is there, right? And the gist is, if Saki Kashima loses, she has to withdraw her retirement because she's retiring at All-Star Grand Queendom on 26th of April. If she, so she wants to retire. So Kariya's like, if I beat you, you're not retiring. But Kashima is like, fine, but if I beat you, you have to retire immediately. So Tara Okada is there and agrees. And so after some back and forth, Kashima is like, fine, you can pin me. And then she tricks her and gets a near fall. They do the slow motion rope running gimmick together. Kaori tries to pin her. Basically, they're trying to out-goblin each other in this match. It's the ultimate goblin off, right? So Kashima finally gets
comedy off too.
Yes, ultimate comedy off as well. So Kashima finally gets her special pin, which is the resurrection or the revival, whatever you want to call it. It's one of those 4-word kanji compounds, so it's like impossible to translate because it's like an idiom. So you just can't translate it. So then the spotlight, so she gets pinned. Kaori gets pinned. Then the spotlight goes on Kaori, and they start announcing her retirement, and she's clearly not ready for it. It's fucking hilarious. Like, you see her face, she just has to bow her head while the whole 10 bell salute is happening.
I like how they immediately started the 10 bell salute.
Yeah. Like, immediately. There was no time for her to digest it or think about it. They just start announcing, you know, like Kariya Onyama, like, you know, what they normally do about her age and stuff like that.
Right.
So Kashima then interrupts the retirement ceremony because she feels bad, and she gives Kariya Onyama another chance. The other chance is a series of mini-games. So the match becomes like a game show, and the referee turns into a game show host. If Saki wins, Kaori retires. If Kaori wins, Saki has to not retire. So the first game was a ball in a cup, right? So you toss the ball, you catch it in the cup. You dump it out the cup, you toss it, you catch it in the cup again. So the ball is on a string attached to the cup, so there's no worry if you don't catch the ball in the cup. And if you got that reference, good job.
Oh, that was a reference.
Okay. Yeah, don't worry about it. Someone will get it.
Okay, I didn't get it, so.
Yeah, you thought what?
What? I thought they were surprisingly good at it. But if you say there's no way you don't catch it, then it's probably easier than I thought it was. So because they both pretty much did it immediately, almost like at the same time too. So
yeah. Well, Kariya won, so she got it before. The second one was like curling, but with baseballs, and they had to like roll the ball and hit the thing in the middle. I don't know.
Yeah,
so Kariya won that one, so she had 2 points to 0 in the minigame showdown. All right. So now they go into the third one, and it was a portrait off. So Rana Yagami is there as a second, and they have to draw them. So Saki and Kaori have to draw Rana Yagami. And it goes to a fan vote. So Kaori was 2-0 up, coming into this third and final game, right? Saki Kashima won the portrait. So the final score was 2-1 to Kaori. But this third match was apparently worth 6 million points. So Saki Kashima actually won the minigame round 6 million points to 2. So Saki Kashima wins the minigames, so Kaori had to retire again.
Unlucky.
But then Kariya Onyama interrupts her own ceremony and basically demands a final match. And then this is where the tarot card incident happens if you're online on social media, which I'm not, but I saw it somehow still. So Hikari Sato gets a lot of Gokigen pro bookings. It's his normal like Shindy's gimmick. He just always does this. He just doesn't do it in All Japan, but he does it on his own freelance shows and in Gokigen.
He was the pervert guy, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So Taro Okada lariats Kakeru Sekiguchi and Kariya Onyama, which got a huge pop, by the way.
But first he saved Saki Kashima from the pervert guy, right? That's why he was in the ring, because Saki Kashima wanted help, essentially. So the pervert guy wasn't perverting her. Yes.
And then Okada gets shark attacked by Matsuzawa-san. So that's a shark in the butt. And Hikaru Sato then throws Taro Okada in the corner. Sato takes off Okada's shoes and his socks and then slowly starts to digest Taro Okada's toe. Just sucks it off. Raw, natural, just like that.
Damn.
Then Matsuzawa-san grinds her crotch on Okada's face. And when I say grind, I mean fucking grind. She was up and down on that bitch, okay?
Bronco buster, right?
Yeah, no, like, that was a shoot Bronco buster, okay? So Taro Okada was eating... So Matsuzawa-san, by the way, is like 60 plus, I think. She's Makoto's helper, so she's, you know...
Okay.
She's an elderly lady. But yeah, she's just grinding her thing.
I thought you were talking about him at first. That would be even...
No. Matsuzawa-san. She was grinding the crotch on his face.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Saki Kashima basically pinned Kariya Onyama. And I don't know, but I don't have the transcript, but I'm guessing that Saki Kashima lets Kariya Onyama off because she doesn't actually retire. But the funniest part about this crotch destroying of Taro Okada's face was Okada was selling this like a fucking champ.
Yes.
He looks like he died.
Yeah, he was dead. I think he's too good at this. I think he's too good at these comedy spots. He will be in high demand on the indies soon for his comedy chops in these matches. I don't know.
It was amazing.
He was way too good.
Like, I don't know. His eyes were rolled back, and his body was just dead. Like, he was totally sandbagging his body in the corner of the ring. And it was so funny that Kaori Onyama and Saki Kashima were both corpsing. Like, they literally couldn't stop laughing looking at Taro Okada. So
it was also like at the end they did Squid Games, right?
Yeah, they did Squid Games. Well, like red light, green light, yeah.
Yes, red light, green light. And I just was fixated on Taro Okada in the background. He was so funny. Yes, they were so funny in the background at red light, green light. Yeah. I don't even remember who won. I just watched Taro Okada the entire time.
I think Saki won, but yeah.
So good. Yeah.
As in colors Saki, not Saki Kashima.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so no, I thought that was super fun, and yeah, I don't even know where the discourse was, but I'm not even going to address it. Fun match. I loved it.
Absolutely. It was, if you like comedy wrestling, you need to check it out.
You have to see this, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It was great.
All right. Let's move on to our previews, and let's just look at the key matches. So on the 8th, so this is everything we're going to be talking about next week, by the way, and it's a stack show. So 8th of March, we have Marvelous, who are in, they're Marvelous in Aichi. Guess where they are?
In the same thing.
They're in the same building. So some interesting matches. We got Aihuzen and Soriyame versus Miya Momono and Yurika Oka. So Bob Momo Banana versus Ai and Soriyame. Echika Miyavi versus Yosuke Santa Maria. Chikayu Nagashima and Maria versus Spark Rush. So that's Magenta versus Spark Rush. And then in the main event, we have Rico versus Senka. That's a bit suspicious. So let's see what's happening there. Maybe they're building towards Yokohama. Remember, Senka has a pin.
Senka beat Rico? Yeah.
Yes. She has a pin over Rico and a pin over Maria. So I don't know why they're running a singles match again. Then we have Oz Academy, Shinjuku Face. So this is their monthly Shinjuku Face show, which airs. Yes. So if you want to watch Oz Academy, here's your once-a-month chance. It's Goji Zone's Union, Power Spot, whatever they're calling it now, Hiroyu Matsumoto, Rina Yamashita, and Zonez versus Kariya Onyama, Momoko Hanazono, and Ram Kaichao. So that last group is called Little Goblins. That's literally their unit name. Kariya Onyama, Momoko Hanazono, and Ram Kaichao. Kakuro and Tomoka Inaba. So Inaba is doing an Oz Academy appearance, which I don't see her doing normally. Itsuki Oki and Ryu Mizunami versus Jaguar Yukota and Misa Kagura. Cool. Kahaku versus Rin versus Tsubasa Kuragaki. That's for the final spot in the three-way for the Oz Pioneer title. That's Tanaka Kato disbanded. Well, vacated. And then the main event is Akino and Saori Ano versus Mayumi Izaki and Unagi Sayaka. The whole point there is Izaki wants Unagi to join Sekigun. That's it. So there you go. Ice Ribbon, Tokyo Square, pay-per-view. I'm just going to talk about okay, so it's Masahiro and X versus Saito and Yappy. Don't know who X is. Miku Kanai versus Moe Hiro. That's going to be an interesting singles match. Then we have Ancham and Kaho Matsushita versus Kararu Wakana and Yuka. That's a banger, for sure.
Damn.
And the main event is an international ribbon tag team title match, which is Mikoto and Sumika Yanagawa versus Kiku and Tsukina Umino. Diana, we have... Was it anything interesting here? Ayaka Sato and Himiko versus Moran and Misa Kagura. Sounds fun. And then the main event is Debbie Kaito and Kyoko Inoue versus Haruka Misaki and Nanami Hitano. Sure, whatever. Wave, just talk about the top two. We have Itsuki Oki and Rin versus versus Miyu Momono and Yumi Oka. So not Yurika Oka.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we have the main event is the Wave Tag Team title match. So that's Prominence, which is Haragi Kuruma and Mochi Natsumi, defending against Amakion, which is Haruka Misaki and Honoka. That would be awesome. Choco Pro, I think just the top two matches. Oh, three matches I think are interesting here. So DPW Women's World title, Mei Suruga versus Sarah Phoenix, who did some tours in TJPW. So this already happened, but the VOD's coming up next week, I think. The Asia Dream Tag Team title, which is Chi Koishikawa and Takane Shinu versus Hiroya Iwata and Sayaka Obihiro. Some news there is Hiroya Iwata is actually leaving Choco Pro on the 24th of March, which I feel like already spoils that match. So there you go. And did I say the main event? No, I didn't. So Super Asia title, which is Chon Shiryu versus Rina Yamashita. Finally, 0-1. So... 2 pre-launch events. One has already happened on the 1st of March, but it hasn't debuted yet. And that's the one with the great card. So you had Koko versus Kaho Kobayashi, Chanyota and Ashika Miyavi versus Mikoto and Veni, which is... I mean, these cards are just good. These 0-1 cards.
Yes.
So the main event is Kakeru Sakaguchi versus Yuki Mashiro. And then the second pre-launch event is on the 20th of March. And again, it's just a good-ass card for an indie. Honoka versus Kaho Kobayashi. India CX versus Tabata, whatever. Chanyota and Ryoko Sakamura versus Misa Kagura and Sumika Yanagawa. Koko versus Mei Suruga.
Yes.
Rina Amakura and Saki versus Yuki Mashiro and Yuka Satsuki. So, just good cards.
Yeah. No, Koko vs. Mei sounds awesome.
Koko vs. Mei sounds awesome. Yeah.
I was thinking about my match of the week. That's right. Sorry.
Yeah, I was waiting for your reaction. All right, match of the week. Go.
I don't know. It's probably Becky Lynch versus AJ.
Oh, fuck you.
No, it's either the Cosmic Angels 5-man versus Neo Genesis from the show on the 23rd. This wasn't even this week. Doesn't even count probably. 23rd February.
It counts. It's anything you've watched this week. That's why.
So probably it's Hina and Konami also.
Okay.
And shout out to the Tokyo Joshi Pro match also that we talked about in length. But it's nothing outside of these matches that we kind of fawned over on this week's podcast. So no surprises from me once again. You go through yours.
Big surprises from me. There was a lot of really good to awesome wrestling this week. Nothing that'll sniff my end of the year lists, if that makes sense, but so much good shit. My match of the week was Mad Dog Connolly versus Slade. This was an 8-minute match from Action on the US independent scene. Okay? And it was fucking CTE central. It was fucking disgusting. They were like busting each other's heads open with shoot headbutts. Totally gross. Totally awesome.
Connolly does, right?
Yeah, it was gross. I loved it. Then the runners-up, so it was the Miyu Yuki Arai tag that I gushed over earlier, the one where she's playing a heel, Miyu Watanabe. Guess the WWE match.
It's Gunther versus Trevor Lee or whatever, right?
Trevor Lee, Dragon Lee, yes.
Where he unmasked him in full like camera close-up action.
Ignoring
classic
that.
WWE.
Yeah, that was just a camera fuck-up. But the match itself, sometimes we do have to give it to ISIS, okay? This was pretty fucking good match, okay? Like, I would be surprised if there was a better match than this in months. Like, Gunther felt like pre-Jey Uso humiliation Gunther. Dragon Lee was probably the hottest he's ever been in his life, because he got fucking Indianapolis to chant his name, just due to some great heel work from Gunther. Nice. The bad part about this match is I accidentally left Raw on too long, and it went into a segment with Asuka and Kairi, and I wanted to fucking cry due to how bad Kairi's overacting was. Because the whole storyline they're doing is that she's scared of Asuka, and Asuka's basically bullying her. So,
oh, really?
Yeah. And I just had flashbacks to Kairi's match against Io Shirai, and I was like, can't we just, times change, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a whole comedy bit with AJ fucking Lee walking in, and Kairi is just like, she's literally in a trance because she's been bullied too hard, and AJ Lee's like doing the thing where she like puts her hand over Kairi's face and Kairi isn't reacting, and then AJ Lee's like, oh, well, okay, just blink twice if you need help. All right. Damn. Then we had Alejandro and Dragonbane versus Alpha Wolf and Kai Fujimura, the Noah Junior Tag League Final. Fucking great, but Kai Fujimura sucks. Well, his gimmick sucks, he's a geek. Kaori Onyama and Saki Kashima. Yeah. A Dragon Gate match. Big Boss Shimizu, Kota Minoura, and Madoka Kikuta versus Dragon Kid, Kagetora, and Susumu Yokosuka versus Hyo, Jackie, Kamai, and Rita. I don't know if I've said it before, but Love and Peace from Dragon Gate is my favorite unit in the world, and they were awesome in this match.
Okay. Did you know, I don't want to be like a complete white knight for women's wrestling or whatever. How many women's matches were on Raw this week? Do you know?
I believe it was 0.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy for a 3-hour TV show, right? Not getting a single one on there for the women. I wonder where the stopwatch warriors are on this one. Maybe they can't divide by 0, so that's why they can't really comment on it. That's tough. So
that's tough. All right,
whatever.
Well, we're keeping this under 4 hours. Do the outro quick.
Oh yeah, we are. Leave us 5 stars everywhere and a nice comment. Join us on South Suplex. We have other podcasts on the network you should check out. It's Keeping It Strong Style, Twitch and Sarah Wrestling Podcast, One Nation Radio, Tunnel Talk, All Things Elite, IMS, AW Adventure, Wrestling Out with Chris Stings, and the AW Match Guide. Tunnel Talk has the Best Buddies, Best Buds tournament going on. Check that out. It was a fucking hilarious episode. I loved it. And also Nutrition Sarah dropped today. I didn't have the time to finish it yet.
It was great.
The start of it was very promising as well. It was really great. So check out all these amazing podcasts. Chris Samsa was on Keeping It Strong Style today, which was also good. Very good. Very great. Great preview of the New Japan Cup and great review of the US New Japan Strong in the US show, whatever. I enjoyed it a lot.
In USA.
Check all these great podcasts out, and I hope I didn't interrupt you too much this week, Eric. I feel kind of bad. I
didn't even notice it.
No, one time I think I interrupted you like 5 times in one
Oh no, but that was me because I was really excited to talk about something. I was really excited to do Konami's promo, so that was me.
Oh, okay. Whatever. It's gonna be good. Next week is gonna be packed, so I hope you return.
I mean, we just can't do a short episode. This was by far the lightest week ever, and we did almost 4 fucking. We did the news for next week already, so that's
you know.
Yeah. This is our podcast, guys. It's not changing.
Whatever. It is not, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope to all the new listeners who found us maybe last week through the great Sai Kamitani book review, I hope you come back next week too.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, listeners.
Thank you, Timothy.
Till next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.